Good morrow, gentlefolk. Welcome back to Hot Springs Island. Allow me to hop into chat after I find Discord. That's definitely not hiding from me.
New expansion? Or
New expansion.
New expansion.
New expansion. Hey guys, new expansion. Oz riding a new giant alligator.
Are we getting a second island?
We are, yeah. Island,
Damn,
Cold
we haven't even
Springs.
explored 10% of this one yet.
Cold Springs Island.
Are
Close
we going to the moon?
Yes, yeah, sorry.
Have to.
We're launching the
required
island.
in every MMO now.
Yes, we're launching the island moon, actually.
The moon or a different celestial body.
Plane or something, yeah. It's more fun when it's not here.
Exactly.
Alrighty. Does everyone remember what we did last?
Sarabi stank.
Yes.
We did.
The big stank.
It was rough. This is true.
We found out what the cause was at least, so, you know.
I have been promised to be taught a language of specific words.
Indeed, for your book.
My book.
The book.
Or the book.
And I gave Sarabi that
Lekka's
specific
book.
book. Yes. Well, it's her book now. Instead, she's going to teach me something else later on.
You're gonna have to tell me what it is you want to learn, because chances are very good that I might not grab it.
I mean, you're a cleric, you can switch it out, it's fine.
All right, but
It
still, make
depends.
Part of the
sure you
cleric
tell me.
spells.
Yeah, it also depends on how Yetti wants to do that, actually, so...
Anywho, yes, the last thing we did was basically a short rest in the small room that Lekka found. And it is approximately 4 o'clock.
I don't think there's anything else for us to do here, so we just go north.
We've explored all 3 points on this square, I believe.
Correct. You've seen all 3 points.
Yes.
Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and travel back up towards the big barn. Alright, so you guys move along a fairly tread trail. And you guys are looking for new oddities rather than exploring the old?
Yeah.
Along the way, yeah.
We will indeed say, along the way, the 3 of you, while plowing through this jungle, before you reach the big farm, of course, because we'd have to stop there and give them pets. That would just take up all our time. You guys move throughout the jungle. And just beyond the way, you think you hear running water. This isn't the water lapping up against the beaches that you're used to. It's something else.
Like a waterfall?
Sounds like a small waterfall, yeah. Nothing major.
Let's go.
Investigate it.
As the 3 of you press forward, you do indeed see a clearing up ahead. The heat dies down ever so slightly as you move closer to the spring in the middle of Hot Springs Island. And up ahead of you, you see a pool of clear water that is bubbling quietly. It's approximately at the base of a 25-foot basalt cliff.
Is it hot? I just realized this place is called Hot Springs Island.
Is this island hot?
No, is this spring hot? It's...
I think you said it.
The island could be hot.
The island in general is very muggy, just because, you know, you're kind of going through a jungle that is...
So, is this island not covered in hot springs?
Theoretically, yes. So you're not necessarily looking for hot springs. Realistically, you have found a spring. This pool specifically is at the base of a 25-foot basalt cliff. This is the same cliff you guys had to, part of the same cliff at least, that you guys had to climb over in order to get to the please stay away area with all the tails and the heads on spikes. As you guys move about, you can see strewn against this cliff, and around this spring, you see patches of gray and purple moss, it looks like. It's difficult to see, but the gray and the purple stand out quite a bit. They're growing near the cliff face specifically. There's little like spatters of it around, but the brunt of it is against the cliff face. In general, this spring is covered by really thick and heavy vegetation, which is probably why you guys were unable to see it from a distance. Looking up this tall basalt cliff, you see a very large dead tree that's kind of leaning over. It's still somehow clinging to the cliff.
So where's the water coming from? Because we hear something.
From up.
Yeah, I mean, we do hear something falling, right? Like, running.
You thought you heard it, but now that you're closer, it sounds like the water is flowing upward.
Oh.
Like it's bubbling and funneling up that way.
So it's coming out of the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's coming from down.
Yeah, and occasionally...
It's a water up.
Yeah. occasionally the pressure seems to be fluctuating as you guys are kind of watching it from a distance, and you see it sort of like, you know, blah, 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 bloop, and it kind of like the water will like jump and then make kind of like a sprinkling noise.
So, who wants to take a dip?
I don't know. I don't think it's time for that.
What's the smell like in there?
Ooh, good question. Because basalt is volcanic rock.
Indeed.
Yes.
Are you
Am I
smelling?
smelling sulfur?
Now that you guys have moved closer to the volcano, yes, but this is not an active area. We are still indeed surrounded by vegetation and the jungle. So besides, it smells, I want to say it smells like cleaner, fresher, since you guys are out of like the brunt of it, and there's no animals here. No beasties trying to rip your faces off.
Not yet.
Not yet.
No
Um,
animals near a crystal clear spring. Weird.
Can I,
Lekker notes.
can I grab a piece of the purple moss and give it to Lekka to eat?
Oh my god, don't let him eat more things.
You're just gonna walk up and just scrape it off the wall and just hand it to him and say, "Eat this."
Yeah.
No, I have to investigate first. with
I'm
my
gonna do the
investigation.
same thing, but not give it to him to eat. I'm just gonna put it in a bag.
Sounds more reasonable.
Before I eat it, because that's the second test, I'm gonna use my herbalist kit.
All right,
My god.
this is a fair assessment.
Lekker's learning.
Maybe don't put everything in your mouth.
Why is it purple though?
That is a great
I
question.
mean, you know, weird island, weird plants,
Yeah,
weird moss.
weird moss.
Yeah, but science is still science, even if it's weird.
I don't
Definitely
know
not
what science
poisoned,
is.
as he sticks it in his mouth.
You mean weird science?
A weird science?
Weird science. Upon closer inspection, are you, let me ask Lekka specifically, are you looking at the moss that Sarabi handed you, or are you walking to the source and looking at it?
I will take the one that Sarabi gave me, yes.
So as she scraped it off the wall, did you really pay any mind, Sarabi, or did you kind of just scrape and walk over to Lekka?
I do kind of want to look at what's under it, so I want to pay it a little attention.
How did you remove it from the wall?
I mean, it's moss, and moss is delicate, so probably gently.
Okay.
Did
you use a tool?
Rip a chunk off, honestly.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
take a dagger or something?
Yeah, I probably use a dagger.
Okay, that's basically what I'm asking, yeah. So, this
Makes
isn't
sense,
horrible.
well.
I'm just wondering how you interacted with it.
no. Oh no, it is horrible. Stop
you die.
lying.
You explode. Die.
No.
Players don't like it when the DM starts asking questions.
Yeah.
Well, they're specific for a reason. So,
That's
while
fine.
you tried to remove
me.
it, Sarabi, you indeed did get it off to give it to Lekka. After you handed it to him, though, you're watching him look at this moss, and your hands feel sticky. You notice that when you cut it with the knife, the moss essentially secreted some sort of like jelly onto you. And Lekka, now that you're looking at it, you can see that there's a good portion of this moss. We'll say the portion where she was cutting looks like it was disturbed. There's almost like these transparent sacs that look deflated. But on the other side of the moss, where she kind of tore away from, they look to be intact. They're very bubbly looking. And these little bubbles are on a little stem that is basically feeding down into the moss. So effectively, they look like these little like bubbly mushrooms that are growing out of this purple and gray moss.
Is my hand burning?
Your hand isn't burning, but it's very sticky.
I stick my hand in the lake.
You stick your hand in the lake, and the water
Do
is very.
explode.
You don't explode. Fortunately, the water is very cool.
Damn.
While you're looking at this and watching Sarabi just kind of like, sticky, hand in water. She does indeed, so far, seem fine.
I'll make sure not to touch it with my entire hand, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
handle it delicately.
Are you using any kind of
forceps?
I would say, are you using any kind of
Tweezers?
tool, using tweezers and such on the moss?
Yes, any tool I have available.
What are these tools made out of?
Probably metal, right?
Oh, I would say so, yeah. So as you begin to kind of tinker with this, you notice that this jelly that's been like secreting from these baubles, it's very, very sticky. It's incredibly jelly-like in structure now that you're looking at it. Do you pop one of the unpopped bubbles?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Okay, Sarabi's already
Try
popped them.
see
so,
if I
yeah.
can fill a vial with it or something.
Okay, yeah, sure. You're without really too much hassle, Lekka. You're actually able to fill. You need to go back to the source if you want like a full vial. So you're able to get a pretty small amount. There's a lot of these little bauble things, like they're everywhere. Now that you look closer to the wall, you can see that there's this moss is everywhere. And these baubles specifically, you can definitely get some of the juice out of them, but you do know that you would need quite a bit if you wanted to collect.
Like, the few drops I can get out of it is enough.
So yeah, you have that collected. It doesn't burn your skin. Both do Sarabi and Lekka. Your tools seem to be fine. They're not rusting or anything. I will say the pliers, tweezers, whatever you're using, nothing is really sticking together. If you want to imagine the jelly, like literal jelly, like jam. That's basically what it is. A little runnier than jam, but that's effectively what it is.
Is it this is gross, Hub. I don't like you.
You don't like
Right?
jelly?
It came out of a plant. No.
So,
All
a lot
jam
of things
comes
come out of
plant.
plants.
Why, for
Yeah,
you know
but
jam is made from plants, right?
You're gonna hate
Yes,
to hear
but
where
I don't know what it is.
you're gonna hate to hear where it comes from. Then
You're going to hate to hear where a lot of things come from.
oh
I'm gonna
boy.
make sure if Sarabi is actually able to wash her hands off the stuff.
Yeah. Are my hands clear?
They are.
Like, it doesn't hurt or anything, and I'll wash my tools before I leave it at that, I guess, if there's nothing weird about it.
From what you can tell so far, there are no major issues with this moss. I will go ahead and add one of them to your inventory. That will basically signify that you have the jelly in a vial.
So it's extra sticky jelly.
Effectively,
Kind
yeah.
of.
Yeah. Once again, I've said this before. If you guys want to mess with any of these items in any particular ways, just let me know. A lot of these, to be very clear, the person that wrote this module did an absolutely fantastic job, and almost every NPC, every area, every item, every plant has an alternate use besides just looking pretty. Some of them just look pretty, I will say. And I will be very clear if it doesn't do anything else, that way we don't spend an hour like, set it on fire, smoke it, drink it, inject it in my veins. So that we're not doing that, I will be incredibly clear if you've basically tried everything.
No. Lekka needs to get his hands on a syringe before he tries that.
If it's like super sticky, could we use it as some sort of like glue, maybe? We ever need glue?
Possibly.
If we ever need glue, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
think
why we would need glue, but you know.
you might be able to test that later, Aldrin? You are more than welcome to do so. I mean, of course, you can test it now, whenever you think you have the spare time.
Are they only growing on a certain surface, like just the rocks, or
Yes.
can I grab a chunk of rock? Like, is there a loose one, or one that looks loose that I could pry off?
I can make one loose.
Both of those can be true, yes.
Can smack the rock.
Yeah.
Smack the rock then, because
Smack the rock.
it probably
Shit.
only grows
You
here.
missed the rock somehow.
The rock's too hard.
The rock smacks back.
Oh no,
A crowbar.
I
Be
die.
something. You smack a rock, turns out it's like a hill giant or a mountain giant.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
Yeah, I
It was a
think
mistake.
You guys are able to take a chunk off this rock. Also,
I
fair
taste
reminder,
rock.
it is 8 o'clock.
I wish to have
True.
some kitsune bee floating around.
Lekka will taste the water with his superior cobalt senses to find out
Oh,
if
no.
it's contaminated.
This one's got worms.
Oh no.
It's fine.
Poor Lekka.
All right,
Back
let me,
when I
let
was
me,
still in the Root clan,
let me double
I
check.
drank poisoned water every day.
Let me double check to see if you
Yay.
die.
Every day.
Oh
I mean,
my
where do you
god.
think kobolds get their water from? Like deep underground near volcanoes?
Oh my god.
It's like filled with sulfur, man. It's not good for me. Tasted delicious though, but
Good to know.
Lekka's palate is weird.
Tasting the water, Lekka, you notice it is definitely fresh. Much fresher than the ocean water. It is
I
ever
hope so.
Yes, it's slightly salty though, I will say. Just
Eh.
slightly salty, which makes sense considering what it's brushing up against.
What is it brushing up against?
There's a giant basalt.
Is
Cliff.
basalt salty?
I would assume so.
It's got salt in the name.
It has salt in the
No,
name.
It's volcanic rock. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
don't
like
worry
a
about it.
rock.
It's got salt in the name, so it's salty. That's how this works.
That's how my brain works. All right,
Of course.
let's say basalt is a dark,
Let's Google this.
fine-grained, a fine-grained volcanic rock that sometimes displays a columnar. Oh my god, columnar.
Columnar, yeah, because it
Columnar. That sounds so dumb.
Yeah, it's weird.
Columnar. I hate that word. Whatever. Sometimes displays a columnar structure. That word has awful mouthfeel. Let me just say,
Yes, it should be
Go for it then.
columns.
columnar. It is typically composed largely of.
The-
Y'all ready?
You're the DM. This is your world. You can call it commoners instead. Columnus
Yes.
instead.
Yeah. Big pointy rock. Big column rock. It is typically composed largely of plagioclase and pyrozine and olivine. I don't know if any of those things taste salty.
Here, let me just Google, is basalt salty? No, basalt is not salty.
Damn, then why does it have the word
Yes.
salt in it? I hate English.
Is it the tears of the Lady of the Lake? Oh my god.
Okay,
Oh,
scratch
that's it.
that.
That's it.
Scratch that, it's not salty.
I mean, it could be. It's your world.
It could be, but I did make an assumption, and
Like,
this water does
My
presumably
mind
go
went
somewhere,
to
just so you know.
this is somehow connected to the ocean because salty. But
Yeah, right.
okay.
So yeah, let me rewind that and be super clear. When you taste this water, Lekka, it is not salty, meaning the water is coming from somewhere else. That is a safe assumption.
Fresh water. Good. Should take some with us, and I'll fill my jug, I guess.
You guys all have a water skin, right?
Yeah,
Should
I'll
have.
do the same.
Okay.
It's
I
part
think
of the
that's like
adventure
basic
kit, I
gear.
believe.
Should be, yeah. Unless you took like the entertainer's kit, I guess.
I mean, I also have holy water, but yeah,
Why do
Very
you have
important for
holy
a
water? If anything,
sorcerer
we
to
should
have holy
that.
water.
because I also have a stake because I have a haunted background.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't really make sense, but yeah, okay.
I don't even know what my background is.
Your background is you're a noble.
Well,
You're a
I mean,
noble.
yeah, but the mechanical
Doesn't it
background that I
difficult?
chose.
Who cares? Mechanics.
Yeah,
Your character's more important.
Instead of items, you just have gold.
faction agent.
You just beat people with money. I would fight you,
I
but I can
mean-
pay someone to kill you.
I slap you with my sack of coin. I do damage equal to the amount of gold I have.
God. That'd be balanced. My God, a peasant could kill somebody if he just rounds up enough money. So just take the town's money and just go around one-shotting people.
Get like a 1d12 for every platinum coin you have.
I love it.
Yeah, it seems relatively nice here, actually. It's calm. You do hear, now that you guys have spent a little bit of time here, you do hear a little bit of scampering coming from just up above. Probably some animals moving around.
I want to go find the animals.
Still weird.
They
that
might
there's
be
no
different
actual
animals.
around here, though.
I mean, this basalt rock is only 25 feet high, so it's probably pretty easy to.
No,
Yep.
the cliff is 25 feet.
It is a straight 25-foot cliff that basically comes up out of this little spring.
Easy. I can totally rock climb. Let's go.
Does it look climbable?
No, you could maybe use a spell or an item or something to get up it, but it is, I'm going to say very much unclimbable due to how sheer it is.
Can we go
I
around?
believe in you, Sarabi.
Oh, you can definitely go around, yeah. Like when
Here, I'll
you look,
throw you.
when you look up, it looks like a path would probably go around and eventually end up there.
Let's go.
Go and do
Wait.
it.
I mean, Lekka is
quick.
very small. He could probably gust of wind himself up there, but
I mean, we
Yeah,
gotta
I'll
look
put
for
around.
dinner.
Yeah, up and around, all of us.
If you throw Lekka, then he gusts himself up, maybe.
I mean, I'm a kobold. Can kobolds climb?
can
Don't
I-
they have like claws climbing?
I would assume so.
I mean, yeah, but we have to get up there too.
I can let down a rope.
Fine, I'll try to throw you.
Wait.
Throwing like up
Wait.
there.
No, hang on. Hang on.
What?
I have a
Uh-huh.
spell for this.
Lekka does not like this idea.
You have a spell for this.
I have a spell for this.
Man, I wish I had spells right now.
Better not try to
Um,
catapult me. I'm too heavy for that.
Throwing would be strength check, right?
Correct?
Oh no.
let me target.
I'm not used to being a strong character. This is weird. I'm not even that strong. I only have 14 strength.
All right, I am doubling your carrying capacity.
It's fine. Lekka's
Advantage
light.
on strength checks.
You've gained Bull's strength.
All right, well, I'm just gonna grab Leica and just throw him. Just like spin and chuck him
I'll
straight
help.
up there.
I'll help you out by casting like gust to give myself a little bit more air.
Already.
We're just like spinning, and then I'm just gonna throw you up.
I like this.
Oh wait.
Go- I was- Is that with advantage?
that I was holding shift for advantage, but I guess not.
Round two, try
No, it's fine. It's the same
Nice,
roll.
Wow.
perfectly same.
again.
I go 12 feet.
Horrible. Okay. We will say
I slam
you
against the wall.
yeah, you throw him up, but it is 25 feet up, regardless of how small Lekka is. You throw him adequately. It's a pretty good throw. Maybe he slips like his scales as you kind of toss him up. Your hand slips just slightly, Aldrin. And Lekka, using your little boost of gust, you're able to kind of shoot yourself up a bit, but you realize you're definitely not going to make it. So you're going to have to cobalt claw and just like stick to the wall where you can, and then climb the way back. up.
How far do I go up?
I'll say of the 25 feet, I'll say you get about 18 feet up. You're almost there. You're really close.
Yeah, I'll
Hell
cast
yeah.
gust of wind on below myself. Upwards.
Okay. And just like boost you upward.
Yep.
All right, excellent.
And if that doesn't make it, which it probably will, I'll use my storm sorcery thingy to fly another 10 feet up.
Yeah, definitely. With this combination of abilities, like you're able to kind of jump and glide your way upward, and you've landed up top next to this very large and very dead tree. You look about, and there's similar to in the image here on the map, it is relatively flat going outwards. The area around you is approximately 25, 30 or so feet of just basalt stone kind of going about and around. And then there are various bushes and such, and it kind of just feeds back into the jungle. Whatever you guys were doing, you feel as if the creatures might have scurried away or moved, but not all of them. You look up into the tree, Lekka, and you can distinctly see 2 to 3 black and white-tailed lemurs.
No, I don't want to eat them.
I will say as I'll land and then give them a little bow.
They are watching you cautiously. They're not really sure what to think. You can kind of see them scratching at themselves, and they're holding it at something.
Terrible audience.
You hear like some cheep cheep cheeps from up there, like they're communicating in some way. But
I'll just
other than that,
kinda
you made it.
a half shout downstairs. There's not a lot up here. 2
Oh,
lemurs.
No boar, nothing to eat. Oh, I
Yeah,
don't
what
wanna
can
eat
you see
lemurs.
around us?
I'll turn around and give like a good white bird look around.
Looking about, you can almost see the pig farm from here. You know where it is, so it's definitely in the clearing towards where you were looking. Of course, when you turn behind yourself, similar to how you guys were up on the mountain in the HS-12 hex, you can see part of the volcano. It goes up and up and up and up and up, and it is definitely active. I'm not sure if I was clear on that. It's not bursting and spraying lava everywhere, but it's constantly leaking into the ocean. There's basically a stream of it just kind of pouring out. You can very clearly see that from where you are.
So this island is always growing.
Yes.
It's like Hawaii.
Slowly.
And then looking further beyond the distance, it's a little hard to make things out. But like I did mention, you can sort of see the whale graveyard I mentioned, only because it's in a very large clearing on the coast. And then over to the left, you can see some ogres kind of moving around. This is where you guys found these scampering little bushes. It looks like they're heading northward towards their town.
That makes sense. So not much is going on.
How you can see, creatures are definitely hiding up here. And in general, like, things are fairly quiet.
Well, aside from the 2 lemurs here, there's nothing much here. I can see the town over there, though.
As you're looking down, Lekka, you see something floating next to, just beside Aldrin. It's approximately 1 foot long. It's a bug. It has about a 2-foot wingspan, and you weren't sure if it was a bird from a distance, so you kind of just ignored it. When you turned back, it moved from out of the jungle, like it jumped off of a tree, and it kind of bzz, and you can see it just kind of like hovering now towards Aldrin.
There's a bug behind you, though.
I'd turn around.
All right.
Me too.
Okay. You turn around, and almost immediately, you see this insect. As you turn, it notices you, noticing it, and it kind of goes from hover mode to and just starts flying at you very,
Okay.
very quickly. And before
Yes,
you're
it's
able
like helicopter,
to,
dragonfly.
Speech.
you scream, and it jets towards you, Aldrin. And with a very, very quick just turn, it sort of blasts this powder at you.
Ew.
Don't inhale it.
I inhale it.
I drink deep of the powder.
I'm not thinking about not inhaling it. I'm like, ew, this is a disgusting bug. I'm gonna squish it.
So you need to make a
Rude.
dexterity saving throw. As this creature flies by you, it basically peppers you with
Use my
powders.
strength to not inhale.
I choose to not, though. You attempt to move, but you're unable to. And
Nice.
before you can react, this thing just shoots off into... just flies off very, 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 very quickly back into the jungle.
Am I able to smack it?
Technically, yeah.
If you weren't paralyzed.
Am I paralyzed?
You're not paralyzed. I will say, while it flies at you, powdered you, and it's on the way out.
All right, guiding bolt.
You're going for the big guns.
I'm going for the big guns.
Going for the big guns,
It's
okay.
a giant insect.
It is a rather large insect. You can go ahead and... Oh, there he is.
Don't hit me.
I think that guiding bolt needs a guiding bolt.
No
Don't
kidding.
hit me.
All right. We will say, yeah, in your panic, Sarabi, you fire this off and you strike a tree. It explodes in light, and Aldrin, you realize you now have a split second to react to this creature.
Well,
So
I
now
will
we
inflict
beat-
wounds if it's close enough.
For touch spell, no. This
No?
thing is, I will say, probably one of the fastest creatures you've seen. It is, once it like got into Business Town, it just jetted off. It was quick.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Very.
I will throw a javelin at it.
Oh my god, you have a javelin on you?
Yep.
Hell yeah, buddy. The
Okay.
creature is about to escape into the forest, but your javelin rips alongside it, and you hear this really high-pitched scree as it just shoots off into the jungle and seemingly escapes.
My javelin.
Your javelin's fine. It's just on the ground.
I guess I'll pick my javelin back up.
All right, as you walk over to your javelin,
Oh.
give me 1 second, you realize that your neck starts to kind of itch, and
So-
your hands
Itch
start
my
to
neck.
kind of like,
Oh no.
Go
It's
ahead and make
itching
me
powder.
go ahead and make me a wisdom save.
Oh no. At least I'm good at those. I say before I roll a nat 1. Okay.
Well, there's a
Excellent.
1 in there.
Like me.
Besides that, the creature seemingly flew off into the distance, and so far all you can tell, Aldrin, is that your skin just itches.
Well, now I gotta wash this stuff off of me. I'm gonna be itchy all day, so I'm gonna.
I have soap.
Gonna
You want some soap?
I guess I'm gonna take all my armor and stuff off and jump in the water. Don't know if that's a good idea, but I'm doing it.
Okay.
Trying to wash all the powder off.
It'll be fine.
I hand you one of my dozen bars of soaps.
You just carry bars of soap on you all the time?
Absolutely.
Yes, she's be terrified
Alright,
by
thanks, I guess.
her recent experience.
Knowing her, that sounds about right.
You didn't do this before, but now you always
I
have soap.
mean-
Like every tail
mean-
has like a string with a different soap on it.
I always have a couple bars of soap on me at all times. Now I have like a dozen times that. I figure
Yes.
the main soaps I'd be carrying would be like luxurious brands, but I would have purchased whatever Ma had.
her soaps
Yes.
aren't quite as luxurious as yours. They don't. Well,
That's fine.
I won't say
Do
they.
they clean?
Oh, of course. Okay. This is mom
I
we're
mean-
talking about. You bet your ass
And-
they clean.
okay,
Ma can
okay.
get her hands on some luxurious soaps if you want. You'll have to pay for them. You know?
Yeah, her soap functions. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Does the soap work?
Yes.
I just want to smell nice.
Well, hold up.
It
Do you want the
doesn't have
soap
a
to
smell.
work, or do you want to smell nice?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Soap must do two things. It must clean and it
No,
must smell
no.
nice.
You are used to modern soap.
No, this is the soap that Sarabi needs.
Do you know
she is
what
accustomed to
original
luxurious
soap
soap.
was?
No
Yeah,
idea.
but did you give me the
Fat.
soap or the bad soup? Bad soap, bad soup. Not the soup.
Uh,
Fat.
I'll probably give you my least favorite bar.
Wow.
I
The
would
one
say
that slipped and betrayed her. And
I mean, I don't really care about my smell. I just want this stuff off of me.
fair. I would say, Sarabi, you definitely have like your bougie soap from the outside, but all the remaining soap is definitely just this cleans you.
All right. Well, you know what? In that case, Sarabi definitely knows how to smell nice, so she probably knows how to make like scents with flowers or whatever.
Does Sarabi make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
I
I'm
hate that
developing
pun.
this character as we go.
I hate that pun so much.
What?
Don't tell her. All right.
I won't.
You
I
didn't
won't.
catch the pun.
As this is happening downstairs, Lekka's just shaking his head and inspecting the tree.
As you're looking at the tree, Aldrin, you are cleaning yourself off, and you realize upon closer inspection that when this thing powdered you, it definitely powdered you. It's actually kind of thick, and it sticks to your skin. It's really itchy. So you realize that this water and the soap was enough to get it off, but it was intended to stick to you.
Wonderful. So it would
What did
would
it do?
I just have to keep itching myself until I like itch my skin off or something?
Who knows? You washed it off.
Well, big dragonfly thing that shoots powder at you, not good.
Notes. Big nasty bug sprayed me in the face. Bad.
Honestly,
Bad question mark?
Lekka's just
Probably.
keeping a tally at this point with annoying bugs that are potentially dangerous.
It could have been good. Who
Yeah,
knows?
What?
It's
What
a
is
3
this?
right now.
This is 8.
We are in Hex 8, correct, yes. So as you're looking at this tree, besides it just being massive and dead, sadly, there's nothing interesting about the tree itself. But you notice as you're kind of chilling here, Lekka, as you're not really too threatening, more of these lemurs are popping out of the jungle, kind of hopping back on the tree. You notice as you're looking near the roots of this tree, some are actually kind of hanging on the roots. And so, Robbie and Aldrin, if you were to look up, you'd see some of the lemurs kind of hanging down and watching you guys. They seem curious.
I throw some water at one of them.
You throw some water at one of them.
25 feet up. How?
Like,
I
you're
will
like,
try.
you're like splashing water up.
Just splashing, yeah.
Okay.
Just in their direction. I don't know if I'm going to hit them.
Sure. But you are indeed splashing at them, yes?
Yes.
Okay. One of them sort of jumps down to the side of the pool and splashes you back. And as it does,
I die.
You don't die.
Not yet.
But no, yeah, we'll just say you're kind of sitting here, and luckily you realize that each of these lemurs they're clutching something in one of their hands. They're actually very, very good at climbing with essentially just one hand. They're kind of hop, 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 hop. And they're holding something else that they're chewing on. Occasionally they bring it to their mouth and take a bite. And now that you're a bit closer, you can see that this object, whatever it is, it's a bright red-orange color. Kind of long. It almost looks like a small potato or something, but it's sort of difficult to tell. Before you can, ascertain precisely what you're looking at, a half-eaten one is hurled at Aldrin and kind of bounces off your head.
Ow. That was rude, Mr. Lemur.
It kind of and just jumps back up and starts. It climbs up this wall with insane speed.
I throw it back at him. I go grab it and throw it back at him.
Okay, it is in the pool. So
fish it out
if
I can.
Sure. Are you good at swimming?
Would I have had a pool in my mansion? Probably.
I would assume.
Definitely.
I associate pools with rich people, so my assumption would be yeah.
I'm probably decent at swimming.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to do that pretty easily, actually. You look downward, though, and you realize that this pool goes down far. It is not... this isn't 10, 20 feet. It goes down actually quite a bit. And as you gaze down into the pool, the only real light that's coming in, fortunately the canopy here specifically is gone. The only thing that's really kind of hanging over is this dead tree. But as it has no leaves or flowers or anything on it, the moonlight is actually able to pierce down into the waters. And looking down, you can actually see that... Well, reverse that, you can't see. It just kind of keeps going down into darkness. And you can see bubbles coming up. That's about it.
Well, unfortunate. I grab a rock instead, if I can.
Sure, yeah.
Somewhere.
Okay.
And then I throw it at him.
Okay.
Little shit.
You toss a rock at one of the lemurs, you kind of bonk them, and they start ooking, and then 4 of them throw this half-eaten thing at you.
Oh, Jesus.
they're like 4 or 5 of them are just throwing shit at you. Not shit. Sorry, they are monkeys. I need to be very clear. They're not throwing literal shit at you.
I wouldn't be surprised either way.
No, they definitely could.
Are lemurs monkeys? I didn't know that.
I think they are.
Are they a type of monkey?
Yeah, I think they're a type of monkey.
Are lemurs monkeys?
Something else.
Something.
Lemurs are primates, so yes.
There you
go. Oh.
We're getting so smart now.
Can I catch one of their potatoes as they're throwing it at me, or whatever it is?
Yes. Multiple have actually landed on the ground. They're kind of all around you, so you can either pick one up, or you can just try catching one. They're not really... So they are throwing them, but they are just lemurs, so they're not super strong.
Yeah.
They lose a little bit of oomph on the way there. So yeah, you're able to catch one.
It's just like a baby bonk.
Basically, yeah. And you toss one, Sarabi? Okay. Sorry, what are you doing during this time while you're watching these monkeys assault Aldrin with some food?
I'm looking out for more bugs.
You're looking for more bugs? Okay. Checking out over the horizon, you do not see anything else skittering about in the distance. You are bonked with a food, though.
I'll pick it up.
You pick up a red-orange looking fruit? Probably vegetable? You're not entirely sure. It is hollowed out, so it's definitely not a potato. It has an outward skin, and at the top, there's a strange vine-like looking... Not root is the wrong word, stem. It's a stem, but rather than it just ending, similar to how an apple would, the stem itself looks like it's kind of grabbing on with long fingers onto this vegetable.
I'll poke the fingers.
So here, let me just throw a picture at you. Yeah. Make it a wee bit easier.
Oh, that just looks weird.
That just looks super weird.
Oh, it looks delicious.
I put it back down. Oh, that's much better.
Ugh.
That's what it looks like.
It's basically a horror pepper.
It
Yeah,
looks like a weird,
looks like,
veiny pepper.
Yeah, I don't want to say veiny, but yeah, that's why I said
Veiny.
no. It looks
Let's
very
not go
veiny.
with
I was
veiny.
I was trying not to say the word veiny, but yes, it looks incredibly. I mean, if I can describe this in a gross way, I would, but I'm not going to.
I'll put it in my bag.
See, it looks like a pepper that would not only taste spicy, but would also haunt me.
Yes.
It leaves the ghost of spice in my mouth, basically.
Yeah, you take this half-eaten pepper and shove it in your bag, Zarabi.
I'm just sitting on the cliff and I share a look at one of the older-looking lemurs.
They're not throwing any at you, Lekka. You haven't threatened them. You've gotten close, and they thought about it for a second. They definitely looked at you like, do we pelt this boy? And, well, Aldrin decided to strike first, so I guess they chose their war.
You know, I'd actually exchange one of my, something from one of my rations with them for, like, one of the uneaten ones. See if they'll trade.
When you offer it, are you leaving it, or are you, like, holding it out?
I'm holding it out.
Okay. You hold it out, and they don't want to approach.
With, like, open hands, basically.
Yeah, they're looking at you very, like, mm-mm. They're very much giving the look of, like, nah, buddy.
And the food or him?
Both. They look very
So-
untrusting.
I'll leave it next to me, take a step back, sit back down.
They're watching you sort of while the others were pelting Aldrin, and the two of them were having this little pepper dance. And one of the lemurs kind of comes down the tree slowly. And it slowly walks up. And seeing that you're away from the food, its eyes have not left you, Lekka. Slowly reaches out, grabs the food while not breaking eye contact, and then just kind of takes a step back, then whips back around and runs up the tree.
I mean, I do nothing for now. I see if I get anything in return.
You see them kind of looking at each other, and they're sharing it now. Like one of them is tasting it, and then another one tastes it, and they all start kind of ripping it apart and putting it in their mouths and whatnot. After a little while, I guess while Lekka's waiting for a return, an answer from his pen pal, Aldrin Sarabi, what are you doing?
How close is Sarabi to the water?
I'm not.
Damn it.
In fact, I figure I'm probably hiding nearby a tree.
Well, you don't want to get attacked by a dragonfly thing?
No, I don't. Watch there be a giant spider in this tree.
Once I've washed off all the weird powder, I will get dressed again.
It takes you a second to dry off, of course. It's a little cold, considering it's night, and obviously you're wet. But you're resituated, Aldrin, all armored up after you finished bathing. Yes?
I'll swirl some produce flames around him. Kids you need bees?
Sure. You're surrounded by bees, Aldrin. How does it make you feel?
Ah!
All right, that's how I would feel.
They're just little bees of fire. Don't worry.
Now the real
Ah.
question is Sarabi checking him out as he dresses back up?
Maybe.
I didn't say I was doing it where you could see me.
I'm definitely going where I can see.
Wow, pervert.
Her
Just
eyes
a little.
glowing.
God.
This is day 4, right?
Yeah.
And keeping track of days.
Watch out, she's hungry.
I say.
Run, Elton,
no.
run!
This is Need the Fourth Day.
Take like a.
Lekka has much vitality.
That would be an adventure.
You would have to crawl up first. I mean, you know what they say, right?
What?
Once you go Lekka, you never go back.
Oh, get out of here.
You never go back up.
You're fired.
Oh
I hate it
my.
here.
Alrighty. While you're waiting, Lekka, you do notice that one of the lemurs up top actually takes an uneaten pepper and then kind of slowly shimmies down the tree and leaves it like 3 feet in front of you. And then does the exact same thing, not breaking eye contact. It shimmies back up the tree.
I mean, I'll give him a nod and eat it.
It's spicy. It is
Nice.
delicious, but it's spicy.
Lekka loves it.
I will say it's definitely interesting. The texture isn't precisely what you're expecting. It almost has more of a, I don't want to say an apple-y crunch to it. It's a little softer than that, obviously, because it doesn't have the body of an apple. These are peppers, so they are hollow. Has seeds and everything on the inside, but you are indeed able to take a bite. Has a nice satisfying crunch. These are very, very fresh. The spice is not overpowering, but it's definitely got some kick to it. I don't know how much Lekka likes spice, but if you weren't inclined to spice, this would probably be too spicy.
I mean, he tries stuff because he's a sailor. He goes everywhere.
Yeah, I assume you'd be pretty good with this.
He's good enough with it that he doesn't die from it, basically.
And upon eating it, besides having a little bit of tongue tingle and the slight high you get from eating spicy food, nothing.
Oh,
It was just good. You can see why they're eating it.
Lekka starts furiously taking notes.
You do know that there are a whole bunch of half-eaten ones near Aldrin, and Sarabi has one in her pocket.
Put it in the chest once we're safe.
I'll kind of yell down. Keep some for the seeds.
Okay. I'll grab a couple more.
Fortunately, the part they're throwing at you is basically just the stem, the fun, veiny part that we all love looking at so much, and then seeds.
Yes.
Excellent.
Only Lekka hasn't entirely eaten his, so he has some seeds inside, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Which hopefully can be grown, maybe, potentially.
Not sure I've seen somebody eat a pepper and the seeds all at once, and I'm not sure I would like to see that. So that would be incredibly
That
strange.
sounds terrible.
It sounds like a really horrible time, yeah. All right, besides that, the lemurs have kind of issued a ceasefire, from what you can tell. They're bored with throwing things at Aldrin. They're eating this thing that Lekka gave them, and they're really paying no attention to Sarabi.
Sarabi likes it this way.
Since when?
They're lemurs. They're uninteresting.
Even lemurs need love.
Wow.
They can find love among themselves.
Or lemurs.
I'm unavailable.
You're above their standards.
Exactly.
These poor boys.
Way out of their league.
Lekka will pose the question, do you want to stay the night downstairs or up here?
Away from the weird powdery things, probably.
I mean, up on the cliff we have like enough room basically to set up camp and have like a view so you don't get attacked by random stuff.
Yes.
Or does it immediately go back into forest?
There's about a 20-30 foot clearing.
No, that's enough. I guess I'll try to lower a rope.
Okay. Oh, are you tying it around anything?
Definitely not the tree.
Definitely not the tree. All right. There are various stones and such nearby that it should tie to pretty easily.
As long as it's heavy enough, and otherwise I'll walk all the way back to the tree line and attach it there because it is a long ass rope.
Sure, yeah. We can say you're extra cautious with this. Sarabi, how's your rope climbing skills?
I transform into a fox and hop on Aldrin's shoulder.
Oh, okay.
What? Are you sure you want to do that? I couldn't climb the statue before.
My
Sure.
strength saving throw should still be active. It's an hour,
Is it a
right?
strength save though? Or
Is
is
it
it
an
more
hour?
of
I thought it was a
dex save?
minute.
I thought it was an hour.
Oh, it is an hour.
Yeah.
How long was I in the water?
I mean, can you keep concentration when you're a fox now? Did you lose
Why not?
concentration while you got hit by the fruit?
I mean, you can keep concentration while you polymorph yourself, so I would assume so.
I'm much lighter as a fox.
Yes. Now that you have small fox on your shoulder, Aldrin, climb it up. Athletics also works if you happen to be proficient in that. Fortunately, with all that extra effort and with Sarabi's assistance, you're able to climb up this rope fairly quick. Nothing assaults you from below, or from the sides, or from the air. You are seemingly fine.
For now.
For now. And Aldrin plus Fox arise to this upper area of the basalt cliff next to the large tree.
I'm a very pretty midnight black, by the way.
Ooh, do you have any, like, white patches on you, like on the tail?
Just the tail.
Just the tail? Okay.
I still have all of my tails, by the way.
You are a small black fox with 9 tails?
Yes.
Ah, yes,
Beautiful.
apparently black foxes do exist, but they're exceedingly rare.
Ah.
Looks at Sarabi.
Kill it.
What? No!
We can sell our pelts.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Oh. Try it, and I'll bite your somethings off. Whichever I reach first. Hands,
Whoa.
foot,
You'll never find out.
tail.
When you're sleeping, it counts as a surprise round.
Monster.
It only takes 6 seconds to skin someone alive, didn't you know?
Oh.
Okay.
Lekka cast the 3rd level spell, Skin.
Super skin.
Creepy.
It just like, whoop,
Summon
just-
skin.
it just pulls, summon skin, it just pulls their skin off like a sock.
Creepy.
Ugh.
That's
Mental image on
horrifying.
that.
Oh, Lord. Okay, you know what?
What's the medical term for that? Degloving?
Degloving, yeah.
Oh,
Do
no.
not
I
Google
cast a
that.
3rd level spell, Deglove.
Do not Google that.
I won't. Thanks.
I'm sure that spell in some capacity exists in Shadow of the Demon Lord, because
Oh,
it has some
definitely.
pretty amazing black spells that do not fit the tone of D&D all that
I mean,
well.
surely that's the spell turned inside out.
Probably there's one that makes you shit yourself to death, so...
Nice. All right, you did tell her. Yeah.
Anyway, this has gotten gross. We're sleeping up here, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, we have a
Fun-
tent now, I believe.
Fun dreams. You do indeed have a tent now.
Can I,
Blessed-
like, set up some rope traps around our tent just in case.
Do you know much about rope traps, Aldrin?
Nope.
I mean, you set a
But-
rope.
Read about them once, probably.
You read about them once, probably. I'll
Robbie
say
knows nothing.
I'll say roll survival with disadvantage just to see how trappy these ropes are.
In fact, I'm not even sure Strawby knows how to put up a tent.
Hell
Alright.
yeah! That was a 3 and a 1. It didn't even matter if I had disadvantage.
Dope. So as you're setting up this trap, would you say, Aldrin, that you think this is a success? You're like, these are great.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. So you do an amazing job setting up these rope traps. Nothing's getting by.
Perfect. Hell yeah. Alright, guys, we're safe for tonight. I set up some traps.
He says with way too much confidence.
Oh, that's why.
My hero!
Yeah, MIDI got reset and advantage is currently set to Alt.
There you go. Alrighty. Besides that, are you guys doing anything else?
I know nothing about putting up a tent.
Lekka is used to sleeping on a boat, so he is neither.
I'll try.
I
but,
read about this once in a book.
This is aside from the fact that Lekka usually just digs a hole and sleeps inside it, so, you know.
All right, so with my and Aldrin's powers combined, we're gonna put together one of those tents that looks like, you know how you've seen the TV shows where they put it together like it's falling apart.
Mhm.
It's technically standing, but it's crooked and sticking out.
Okay.
It works. I wiggle my tail, quite proud.
I would say it definitely works. The tent isn't too hard to put together, so it should theoretically stay up all night.
As long as it doesn't get windy or rainy or
Any animals or
Is Sarabi asking that? Does he say that out loud? I hope it doesn't rain.
she's not that dumb.
Are you
Alright.
sure?
No, I don't want it to rain. It'll mess up my fur.
Yeah, I more so mean, are you going to say that out loud?
No.
How dare you?
What do you mean?
There's a literal storm
Like a
sorcerer next to
nose.
you that can tell you if it's going to rain or not, but
All right.
That's literally his job.
If I wonder, I'll ask.
give me my RP value. Damn it.
Hey, Lekka, is it gonna rain?
He'll sniff the air.
no.
No.
Sweet.
Alrighty. You guys are able to indeed take a long rest question mark here. It seems safe. Like I said, the monkeys aren't bothering you, so you got rope traps.
Who's gonna take full rest? First patrol thingy.
Call them lemurs, please.
Lemurs, sorry, we'll call them lemurs because lemurs are cuter, and there was a lemur in Zabumafu.
Yes.
Call them lemurs.
Lemur. Actually, those are like horrifying creatures.
I'm the only one with dark vision here, right? Or does Sarabi also have dark vision?
I'm pretty sure I have dark vision.
Then you should take either the first one or the second one.
Oh, yeah, I have dark vision. I'll
Maybe.
take first one.
Otherwise, all of us have to gonna watch in the dark, which is probably gonna be fun.
I'll take first one.
You have a fire, or are you just kind of chilling?
I mean, I would probably try to make a fire.
At least a small one.
Small one,
Keep
okay.
cozy, nice little fire.
I'll keep my tails warm while I'm sitting guard.
Sarabi, as they're sleeping and kind of doing their thing, what do you do you do anything during this time?
Don't you dare.
What do you think I'm gonna do? How guarded are Aldrin's belongings?
He just said don't you
What do
dare.
you mean?
They're in the tent with him, so I would say very well guarded. It's not a big tent.
Does Aldrin seem like a heavy sleeper in the little time I've known him?
He's a noble, of course not. He gets woken up by the pee under his bed.
True.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
right before bedtime, I'm gonna ask Aldrin for the book.
I mean, you can't read it, but sure, here you go.
Teach me
She
one.
can look-
Teach me one more page,
But sleep.
real quick.
It would take him a while. So I'll say while he's trying to teach you, would you try to teach her? You know this would take too long, Aldrin. Would you try to teach her?
Just one word.
I'll
Damn
I'll
it.
teach her for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
I mean,
Sarabi.
is there like a chapter that is super short?
Yeah. So roll me intelligence, but we need something good. We need some juice with this one. That's not juice.
My intelligence is mediocre.
It's very mediocre. Your sister would have gotten it. Okay.
She probably would
She
have.
probably
Yes.
would have. Alrighty. Aldrin tries as he goes through the first 50 chapters. of this book. He attempts to find the shortest, quickest, probably easiest to pronounce dirty word that he can. He comes across one and it's like, sure. So for about 5 or so minutes, he tries to teach you Sarabi. And then do you leave the book with her as you head off to bed, Aldrin?
Sure.
Better. All right.
Wow.
So what?
Is that a threat? You want to fight?
Yes. Yes.
Fisticuffs?
Yes, I will.
I think you'll do.
Fist fighting time.
I think you'll heal him if you punch Sarabi, so you lose.
Fist fighting time. Let's go.
What? We'll heal each other. What are you talking about?
No, I mean you don't have a strength modifier, so
Oh,
I
shut up,
actually do
you.
damage with my punches.
yeah. Say
Nice.
Not your dirty weird shit. Actual fisticuffs.
your unarmed strike does literally 0 damage. It can't even crit.
I mean, she's a kitsune. Doesn't she have like claw attack or something?
Nah.
That's
I think it.
Yeah,
I think in A form.
Yeah, it isn't built into the character.
Wow, that's
realistically, I'm cool with changing literally anything. If you think Lekka would fight with his claws semi-frequently, I'm cool with replacing unarmed strike with claws. And it would be like 1d4. That's basically 1d4. But I'm totally cool with that. If you want something like that, it's totally okay. But like anything that logically makes sense for your character, like I never want to. I guess to go on a side tangent, I never want to look at anything in this game and go, "That's dumb. That makes no sense. That's stupid." If we ever say like that's stupid, and it's not there for balance reasons, it just makes no sense, then I'm okay with changing it. I never want you guys to feel like you're not in control of your character, or it's like, I literally have claws and I cannot use them. Please explain that to me.
Lekka doesn't need claws, he has this.
He linked something.
You super cut out.
Do you not see it?
Oh, sorry.
He said he has this. And that
Grovel,
links something.
cower, and beg.
Yes. Sorry. You said he has, and you cut out, and I looked at Discord, I'm like, are you good? So I
Yes.
wasn't looking at the screen, sorry. Yes, you can grovel, cower,
Yes,
and
that.
Anyway, you are left alone with this book, Sarabi, as the two of them...
Sarabi will practice saying this word all
Okay.
night long until it works.
Oh my
So,
god.
considering Sarabi...
Well, hang on.
Yes?
She will keep her ears perked for any noises.
Mhm.
So maybe not her eyes, but her ears, yes.
Okay.
Oh,
So
god.
I'm going to ask you this now. How much
Oh,
are you
no.
focusing and trying to do this? Because your job is indeed keeping watch.
I'm half focused. I'm half focused.
You're half focused. Let me put it this way. I'm going to give you the choice, Sarabi. I'm going to have you, again, roll... We'll say intelligence to see if you can figure out how to say this word properly. You're also going to
Okay.
have to roll perception to see if there's any bullshit in the woods. Whichever one you focus on least will have disadvantage.
Hey, hang on. I gotta think about this.
This is a character defining moment for me.
Yes, which one does Sarabi care about more? I feel like she's forgotten how scary the woods are.
It is quiet.
She's too horny to notice the woods.
Oh god.
Too curious about the book. Intelligence it is.
There's
Yes,
no one
Never
here.
teaching you anything ever
Let's
Let's say
again.
curious.
There's no one here to bonk. Okay, so you're going to roll intelligence normally and perception with disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll intelligence first.
What do you mean there's no one here to bonk? Lekka's right there.
Well, he's sleeping,
How
so
dare you?
there's no horny bonk. No, I meant like horny bonk, like boom, no bonk. That's what I meant.
And
Anyway,
then perception
Oh.
disadvantage.
and then perception with
Oh.
disadvantage. Excellent. Yes, a Shiba Inu runs out of the woods and bonks you across the head with a baseball bat. Stop it.
Oh god,
No horny.
that's terrifying.
Go to horny jail.
Please make it a recurring character.
You say you like look into the forest and you see like red eyes just ching, just like dashes out like a samurai, just whack upside the head, knocks all the horny out. Like Sarabi's horny ghost gets like knocked out of her body, just like Doctor Strange.
I don't want to be
We
horny
wake up
anymore.
and she's super
I only
want to
want
be
to be happy.
I no longer wish to be horny. That's so funny.
I mean, don't we all?
I just want to be happy. My favorite. Anyway. So you're looking about, Sarabi, and I will say, as you are basically, are you just like, chanting this word like a mantra?
Yes. I'm also gonna say this. I think she'd probably only do it for an hour at most. So if this is an attack that's immediate, then yes, she's not gonna notice. But if it's later on in the night, she'll be more guard duty.
She'll be more guard duty.
Yeah.
More-
Just because she gives up and wants more lessons.
She'll be more guard DE. As you are saying this word over and over and over and over, there is a rustling in the woods. But unfortunately, you do not hear it. At least not initially.
And that's how we all died.
Exactly. Sorry, you guys have backup characters, right?
Yeah, I do actually.
Can I be
hell
Hoof?
yeah.
Can I be
No,
Hoof?
I don't.
I will say really
Kill
quick.
the one that doesn't have any.
I will
It's
say
fine.
really quick.
You have plot armor. You can't die yet because Kiara doesn't have a response yet.
Only for a few more days though. I think we're about to face the big thing.
We're close to it, yeah.
Potentially, we've been gone for like 3-4 days now at this point.
Who knows how time works here?
Well, there was sea travel time as well.
This is true. We're in a weird island that is like spatially disconnected. It could be like a second is like 5 years outside.
Looking at this book, Sarabi, you know how it functions. You cannot read Elvish. But when you turn to the page that Aldrin showed you, there is the image that you're trying to get to pop up, if you will, as this is indeed a pop-up book. Except the image is faded behind the text, almost as if it's a watermark on this parchment. It's very hard to see. You know it's there, you can see the outline, you can get the general idea, but unfortunately you cannot read basically the short story that goes along with it, that is superimposed over this image. You know what the word is supposed to be, as it is indeed the title on this page. Except as you're kind of reading through this, you sort of doubt yourself for a second. Like, okay, it was this chapter, right? Basically, you're doubting, am I on the right page? Was Aldrin screwing with me? But it's already been like, an hour or so. So you don't want to mess with them. You don't want to be like, Aldrin, what's the dirty word? So...
I don't want to piss him off too bad.
Right, exactly.
I'll just bother him in the morning.
Yeah.
In my mind, it would make sense if Sarabi knows the word sex in every language at least.
Oh, yeah. I'd say...
Sex? Yes.
So anyway, Sarabi, as you were trying to say this word over and over and over, flipping between a few pages, you decide, no, this was the page. This is the word. And like a mantra, you say it over and over and over, just slightly changing your pronunciation, twisting and turning your tongue in all these fun different ways that you're probably used to already. And you're like maybe about to give up, and suddenly the pages light up. And the image pops up and begins to play.
I am now transfixed. Goodbye, guard duty.
Do you celebrate your victory?
Yes.
How so?
I stand up and squeal.
Okay, you stand up and squeal, and your squeal is met by a small handful of squeals.
I scream.
You scream. In the distance, something else screams at you, and you can see it just beyond the horizon, sitting in the jungle, and one of them chewed through the rope. These small furry creatures dive at you, Sarabi.
Lekka definitely doesn't wake up.
Oh no, they're cute.
I say, Lek and Aldrin, do you wake?
I don't know, do it. How loud is she?
Let's roll a Constitution save, I guess.
Con save to see if we stay asleep. I mean, I probably wake up.
I'm shrieking top of my lungs.
Well, roll a shriek save. Check.
A
shriek check.
All right, if it's charisma, I have a good chance of getting noticed. I belt it.
All right, rather than your scream just being like, there's words in there, and if people are listening, they can very much hear what you say.
I say, Aldrin, your traps suck.
I throw a pillow out of the tent.
All right, the pillow whaps you in the back of the head, Sarabi, as these creatures run towards you. Lekka, did you wake from this?
Yeah, I rolled a 14, so
okay.
I wake from that. What? What's the screaming about?
Rat!
That's
not nice. I'm not a rat.
Not you!
Don't talk about Lekka like that.
Not him!
Lekka's a good boy.
I'll stick my head out of my hole.
As you do, Lekka, you do indeed see that there are 4 large furry creatures that are slowly moving towards Sarabi. Now that they see Aldrin come out, 2 of them are focused
those
on...
rats.
Oh, yeah. 2 of them are now looking at Aldrin, and now that you've popped out, they kind of take a step back initially. They're not really sure how to respond.
Kobolds eat rats, so they're scared.
Oh.
This is true. I mean, how big are these rats, actually?
They're pretty beefy. They're approximately 3 feet long, and their tail is about 1 foot.
Yeah, they're bigger than me.
Yeah, and then in terms of height...
I can ride them.
Yeah, when they get their bellies off the ground, they're about 1 foot tall.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're very, very... Their fur is like super thick and kind of like... It's really scraggly looking for obvious reasons. They look hungry. They look hungry and angry.
Dinner is delivered. Nice.
I'll say when you did reveal yourself and told Lekka, while the creatures did have you guys surprised, they seem less than enthusiastic about fighting. but they're still like their fur is like bristling, so they're still trying to scare you guys. They're like, "Arr."
Can I puff out all 9 of my tails to make myself look huge?
You can definitely do that, yeah.
I wish to do that.
All right, they're
Like you know how like how peacocks just spread out everything.
So did I hear her scream rats, or what exactly did you scream?
Your traps suck, and then rats.
and then rats, yeah.
I'm running out of the tent with a javelin.
Okay, you see these 4 rats. You have a first pick, Aldrin. What do you do?
I chucked the javelin at one of them.
All right,
Miss.
Oh, which one did you throw it at?
This one.
All right, the one in the back, you chuck your javelin, and it attempts to kind of dive out of the way, and you see it, and it takes a tiny chunk of fur with it as it kind of hisses at you. All right, seeing how absolutely delicious you look, Sarabi, one of them dives at you with its fangs bared. It jumps to you, strike out with its teeth. Fortunately, you're able to also deflect its blows. Oh, side question.
Huh?
How much armor does your how much AC does your armor give you? Can you sleep? Sorry, I guess reverse question. Can you sleep in scale mail comfortably, or is it just plate?
It's medium armor, so I could.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of the jungle. I probably would. Keep it on.
Sleeping in light armor has no adverse effect, but sleeping in medium or heavy armor makes it difficult to recover fully during a long rest.
Okay. Well, then I would not have it on.
Okay, if you want to unequip that real quick, you haven't been targeted just yet. If you want to unequip it real quick for this fight, technically Sarabi would be wearing hers because she was on watch, so that definitely makes sense. The first creature bites at you, Sarabi, and you're able to kind of bat it away, but it's still looking for Mange.
Mange.
And then the one that was next to the other Aldrin. Seeing that you missed, it regains some of its oomph, its gusto. And this creature will also leap at you, seeing that you have more flesh exposed than the others, and he'll attempt to take a nip at you. Its fangs sink into your forearm as you kind of dive out of the way to block it, and its teeth bite into you and draw blood.
Now I have rabies.
Delicious. All right, moving into position, the second rat jumps at you, Sarabi, and you can tell that they are intentionally surrounding you and going for the kill. All right, Lekka, you see these rats beginning to surround your friends. What do you do?
How close to the cliff are these rats?
The rats are, oh my god, I'd say like, not 20 feet, about 10 or so feet, I think. About equidistant from you guys to the cliff. Because wherever your tent would be, I don't see you guys putting your tent 5 feet from the cliff. That'd be foolish. So I think you guys would be like 10, 15 feet away from the side of the cliff. So that's about where they are. And then the other one's like, 20, 25.
Yeah, like at this point, is it at all possible for me to angle myself to hit at least 2 rats off the cliff without hitting my allies?
No, you have this, Arabi.
That's too bad. Can I angle myself to hit 2 rats? Just generally, or 3 rats maybe even.
Is it with a cone or a line?
With a cone, yeah.
Yeah, you could. If you stood next to the one next to Aldrin, the cone would reach the one in the back. You're relatively close to Aldrin. You might be somewhat worried. Not sure how he feels about it. But the others are so close to Sarabi that you would definitely hit her.
At best, he'll be a bit cold, I guess. That's a -1 save for him.
Nice.
DC 13 con save to see if the rats take the 10 damage as your ice blasts outward with a quick burst, my friend. You were able to dispatch of both rats. Their corpses are frozen down to the ground.
Okay, that's cool.
Perfect. Can bring them for eating later.
Oh, God.
All right, so Robbie, you see these 2 rats quickly dispatched. What do you do?
That's a nice damage roll, yeah.
Shooting one of these boys?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You blast the rat in front of you that took a nice chunky bite out of you, and you see your flames just wash over its fur.
Yeah.
I don't like rats.
Such a royal.
What? Are you trying to say that you like rats?
No. I also don't like rats.
Shut up.
She is closely related to them.
No comment.
She's a mammal.
Hello,
Wait, are
Mr.
foxes
Rat.
It screams at you. Big
I'm just
angry.
gonna try to choke him.
You're going to choke my rat?
I'm gonna choke him with
Don't choke my
inflict
rat.
wounds.
No, don't
I'm
choke my
choking
rat.
your rat with inflict
No,
wounds.
you're choking my rat. All right. Well,
Next turn, I'm gonna beat his friend with his corpse.
Apparently, foxes do count as rodents, indeed.
All right.
Do they really?
You kill my rat, Aldrin. How do you do it?
Well, I mean, I said I was gonna choke him out, so I just kind of go for his neck while casting inflict wounds, and
Okay.
I just kind of hold him up, and Obviously, he's probably screaming as flesh starts to fall off of his throat from all the necrotic energy. I'm just holding his, I guess, his non-existent neck, his spine.
Yeah.
And I'm going to beat his friend with him if I get a chance.
All right.
Lega's just watching this and asking himself, these two are clerics?
You Mortal Kombat the shit out of my rat. And because of that, this rat's not happy about the situation, and he full-on sprints back into the forest.
Is he going to bring friends?
You're not sure, but on his turn, he used all of his movement to get literally back into the jungle. You can no longer see him. He just ran off into the darkness.
No, let him bring his friends. More food for us.
And don't
chase
come
him
back.
Down, beat him to death with his friend.
Are you? No, you're not, really?
Mm-hmm.
You want to chase him to the forest?
I mean, how far away is he?
Yeah, well, it depends how fast he is. If he's like super quick and I can't catch him, then I'm not going to bother.
So in terms of speed, he doesn't seem faster than most things you've seen before. So he's nowhere near as fast as the zip birds or as that bug that sprayed its funk on you. But seeing that he put all of his effort into just getting the hell out of there, he got a good chunk into the jungle. But if you guys wish to pursue, you're more than welcome to. Sarabi and Lekka, you can see that
how far away is he right now?
You can't tell.
As the start of my turn.
Compared to you, he was maybe 30 or so feet away, but he jolted into the forest. And
so I can't see you anymore.
Right, yeah. None of you can see him. So you know the direction he went, but you have no idea where he currently is, but you can hear him like just running through the jungle. So Sarabi and Lekka, you both see that Aldrin intends to chase the giant rat with this rat corpse. How do you two react to that?
Let it go. Let it go.
Do you tell him to let it go?
Yes, and I'll even sing about it as I spew ice from my hands.
All right, as he's saying that, Aldrin, what do you do?
The rat's probably too fast. I'm just going to throw his rat friend's corpse in his general direction.
Okay.
And I want to go back to bed.
All right, with that display of dominance, you guys have gained 3 giant rats. Congratulations.
Wait, 3. I'm not eating the one that he literally dissolved.
Yeah, I'm not eating that one
Technically 2.
That's
I don't even want to eat that one.
2 frozen rats, nice.
I go back to bed.
All right, unfortunately, this did indeed interrupt your guys' rest.
That's fine. It was the first one, so we can sleep out, I guess.
So, Sarabi, do you want to continue trying to keep watch?
Yes, and I'll actually pay attention this time.
Okay.
Lekka will go back to sleep after he rubs his hands. Hey, food for tomorrow morning.
Like it's so much effort.
Beauty sleep.
Alrighty, looking around.
Tomorrow is rat soup.
Looking around, Aldrin, before you head back into the tent, you can see that your trap was destroyed, unfortunately. Your amazingly well-set trap. These were very clearly some smart rats that they were able to, get through.
So I lost my rope. No.
It's undestroyed. They just bit through it, so it's like cut in half.
Is everything on the side
so
super smart?
Just less rope.
Do you want me to mend it?
Ooh.
I think I can mend my rope.
Mend your rope then.
I'm gonna mend my own rope.
All right, you mend your own rope.
I'm gonna try to set it up again.
You're 2 25-foot ropes now, 1 50-foot rope. All right, you set up your trap again. It looks equally as amazing as it did the first time.
Perfect.
And we will say this time, since you already went on watch, Sarabi, you have no issues. And then Lekka and Aldrin. About 4 hours or so later, it seems that Sarabi is done with her watch. And
my turn now.
Yes, she wakes the 2 of you to basically finish the watch. While the 2 of you are hanging out. Y'all chit-chat or just kind of keep your eyes peeled?
I mean, Lekka would probably try to pry a bit into his history, his background, because apparently he's noble.
Oh, God. Well, what exactly are you asking?
Just, like, random facts about Aldrin. So where are you from?
I'm from a wealthy family. It's just right outside of Torello. I guess more in it, but, I don't know if you've ever been there.
How far inland is Torello?
It's near the north of that continent.
I can't remember now.
Which part?
Lekka was from a foresty area, I believe.
Yes, it is very foresty in the general area, so it could be close by. I can't remember
if it was Torello, though, or it was someone else's place.
Did you say that you were from the same place where we destroyed Cobalt Village in the original campaign?
Oh,
yes.
That's near Sundus, which is near-ish Torello. It's, probably south, I would say. Closer to the southern part of the continent.
I can say I've never been there, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's a huge capital, so.
Yes. Never been there. Close enough, though. I am from Sundus, apparently. Or near enough.
Torello's nothing special, at least from the little I got to see of it while locked up in my mansion. Sounds like a terrible life, I know.
No. Much the same for me, except instead of mansion, it was a deep cave under mountain.
Oh, that
with
sounds
many,
terrible.
Quite.
So you just leave and eventually decide you're gonna travel the seas?
Lekka's clan, root clan. We are well known, or were well known. They are not very nice people. They always cared about strength, Kobolds are a superior race. Kobold should rule all. Kobold can take everything. Lekka was small, even for Kobold standards. He was used as, what is word humans use? Gopher?
Gopher?
Gopher. I bring stuff, give food, distribute stuff, fix stuff. Basically, slave.
That's terrible.
Yes, it was. Then they found out I was, sorcerer, had magic power. Suddenly, Lekka was worshipped. I hated the place, though. My friends now hated me. And then the weird dreams came and I just left.
I don't blame you for leaving.
Yeah, good thing I left too. About, what was it? Week or 2, month maybe later, entire root clan got annihilated. Pissed off too many high lords, nobles like you. Don't blame them. Not sad about it either.
Wait, so how far away is the place you're from Torello?
Yes, so I would say it's about like a week's ride.
I'm not sure if this is canon for like the your first campaign, but like it was relatively close to a big open road that got used by like travel, like a lot of travel that they basically staked out and did banditry stuff.
So yeah, Sundus was very much like a small town, just a bunch of folk, and they enlisted the help of some warriors to go do things to kobolds, and they did, and then they found some douchebag there, and then they kind of peaced out.
Well, at least then there probably wasn't anyone from my family that participated in murdering your family.
Probably not. Not that I really care, honestly. I won't say all of them were bad people, but most of them deserved what they got.
Understandable. They don't sound great.
No. So, what about your family?
Well, I mean, most of my siblings kind of actually got to do stuff because they were
go out to explore.
Yeah, most of them were talented in something, whether it was going out looking for plants. Some of them were aspiring knights. Others were good at magic. I wasn't really good at a particular thing, so I was just kind of locked up, and they were going to marry me off for political power.
I can see why. Pretty boy.
What's that supposed to mean? Oh.
Don't sound so disappointed.
Oh, I mean, thanks, but
there's a lot of coin. I can see. I feel for you. I understand, though.
So I just kind of left.
Yeah, makes sense.
Not being able to do anything except for walk around your house and maybe read books is not great.
At least you got to eat a lot of good food.
True.
Took me many years to actually have a decent meal for the first time.
Well, maybe one day I can have him make you something good.
Edmund.
Yes. Maybe include a few of these peppers. They're really good. Have you tasted any of them?
No. Didn't really look too great.
Actually, really good. Bit spicy.
Maybe I'll try one later if we can get some grown.
Alrighty, and with that, you guys kind of just keep chatting to the night until it's early?
Yeah.
Like, if anything, Lekka would probably do a bit more. Well, let's just say that he has been teaching himself some random stuff. Basically, he has a book in front of him and he's writing some stuff, but it doesn't seem all that interesting. At least, I have no idea if Eldrin is watching.
I would just kind of let you sketch whatever while I watch for more rats, I guess.
I will say, while you guys are kind of chilling, considering half of the long rest can be low activity, did you guys want to mess with any of the plants? I know, obviously, it's a little risky, but did you want to poke any of them during this downtime?
Not while it's this late and this dark.
Okay. It's about 4 when you guys take over your shift. So yeah, it's early morning.
Yeah, probably near the end of the watch, I would mess with some of the sticky moss to see if it can work as a glue.
Sure. All right, go ahead and tell me how you do this. Like, basically, tell me how you test.
I'll just like grab 2 small sticks or something, and then put some of the sticky moss on it, or the stuff that comes off of the moss, and just see if it stays.
Okay, just like sticks from the jungle?
Yeah, just like random sticks off the floor.
Awesome. All right, as you begin to mess with this, you have the item in your inventory, correct?
Do I? Jelly moss.
Jelly moss.
It explodes and we all die.
Precisely. Sorry, make a new character. God.
Oh, that's fine.
Finally.
I got more.
So you begin to kind of tinker around with it, and when you take these 2 sticks and you apply this moss jelly to them, I wonder what we should call this. You take the moss jelly and you kind of put it between the 2 sticks, and as you put them together, it's very, and I will stress this, very much instantly binds them together.
Oh.
If you've ever taken 2 very, very, very strong magnets before and had them like snap together, these don't snap together, but once they're together, the force it takes to separate them, that you have to pull and go, oh shit, like you can very clearly tell these are 2, like these are now bound together. When you try to separate the sticks, you get that same kind of initial pull, but you kind of give them a pull and they are not coming apart.
Yeah, I was going to test to see if there's like rocks or something that I can use it on.
You decide to apply the goo to... Tell me various items that you go ahead and put it on.
Sarabi's face.
I was actually thinking about that.
That's terrible.
I mean, I want to try to glue 2 rocks together, see if it works on stone.
You apply it to the stone, and the jelly just acts like a standard jelly. It just kind of slops off.
Oh, does it only work on wood then? Do I have anything metal that I can just get rid of? I have a mess kit. I probably have like a fork or something in there.
Okay. You try gluing the fork to something?
I'll try gluing a fork to a spoon.
Okay, you try gluing the fork to the spoon.
Aldrin has developed the spork.
And unfortunately, we are not allowed a spork on this good day. Instead, you just end up with a sticky spoon and a sticky fork.
So the sticky doesn't dry, it just super sticks?
It's super, super, super stuck to the wood. It feels permanent. These 2 sticks feel like they were just meant to be together forever.
Maybe I will figure out how to grow more of this moss.
Oh, we'll worry about that later. We know where more of it is. I don't think I have extra cloth or anything. No, I don't really have extra cloth. Well, if I need to repair anything wooden, this will help.
Alrighty, well, you guys may all take a long rest now. Use hit die as you will. You get your spell slots back, etc., etc. And it is now around morning. It's about 8 o'clock. The sun is up. Rats are not feasting on your flesh. Seems pretty good so far.
I want to go check on the rat corpse that I threw. See if anything dragged it away at night.
Lekka has definitely turned those 2 rats into rat soup for breakfast.
Oh god, I'm not eating that.
What do you mean? It's delicious. I even put some of the pepper through it.
Nice. He preserved them too, like on death. That's as fresh as you can get.
What do I roll for a cooking check?
Roll a stat wisdom. There you go. So yes, good sir, you may definitely roll this.
I mean, it's just meat.
It is just meat. This is true. It is meat and a vegetable that you are unfamiliar with, we will say.
Probably no spices other than that one vegetable.
Yeah.
That vegetable is a spice.
Indeed. It's both. How did you prepare this vegetable?
Well, I have a cooking pot. I have some of the water from the spring below. I have rats, which, well, I mean, I took off the skin, I guess. I skinned them. I just threw them in entirely. Simmered them a bit. Diced up the few remains of like the peppers we got. And threw them in as well. And that's about it.
All right, cool.
We don't have much.
Alrighty. That is incredibly true. The peppers are diced. You toss all that in. Do you do anything with the seeds, or you specifically keep those out?
I mean, I'm definitely keeping a few of them for cultivation. But like,
yeah. I'm assuming they're not in the soup, though, right? We will say, while he does indeed make a breakfast, we'll say the ingredients are more to blame than anything else. He was given one full fruit, but all the others were chewed on by the monkeys. So if you guys want to take any of the meat off, of course, you'd have... hard to cut around, of course. The one he had was clean, pure. You're able to wash it in the spring with no issues. The rats are just very gamey, though. Like, this is good food to consume food because eating is important. We need it to live. But it doesn't taste that good. The rat is not pleasant. It's very stringy. It's difficult to cook this into a form that is very palatable, and considering you are very much used to eating anything Lekka, you do take that into account because your two allies, they won't just eat anything. But at the same time, maybe old habits die hard, and once again, you weren't really you weren't given the best ingredients.
Taste test it and go like, yes, reminds me of the old days. Don't eat this.
Yeah.
Don't eat this.
Yeah. So you guys can definitely eat this if you want, but it's food, like just food.
You will have to roll a Constitution save.
I will try some, and yum, but I'm full. Thanks.
You'll just smell the air and go like, no, thanks. I'm on a diet.
Delicious.
Pretty much.
I just eat some jerky in the tent.
Lekka's not happy with it either. She's just going to take a ration instead.
Those of you that aren't eating the rat, go ahead and use a ration.
That's fine.
You won't even eat your own soup?
I mean, he can technically eat it, but like he's got used to like actual food and not goop.
Okay, because I will say, if you eat this Lekka, you'll be fine. You won't have any issues. You made this, so you can handle it.
Let's see if he can muster through it.
Yeah, I would say because it is your own creation. There
yes,
you go.
We can muster through it.
Yes, okay, excellent. I was going to say roll Constitution with advantage, but you don't need advantage because you got a 24.
I think it's a bit more than muster. I think you devour it.
I've like eaten an entire rat before I even registered the taste.
He makes it look really good, and so maybe Sarabi's like, Did it just smell like ass?
You just see me like eating and going like, yeah, this tastes terrible.
Smells like shit, tastes like shit, must be shit.
Keeps eating it anyways.
Keeps eating.
It's terrible, and I'll throw over the pot.
To answer your question, Aldrin, the dead rat that you chucked, there is a blood stain dragging into the forest.
That's pretty neat.
Nice.
They can have it.
Are there footprints around this bloodstain?
No.
I also want this, and I'll throw the other rat corpse in the forest.
Okay.
As I empty out the pot.
It will probably be taken at some point. But chilling up here, you guys are relatively safe. You guys may go where you will.
Lekka's gonna jump off the cliff into the water before we go.
Little cannonball?
Yes.
I wanted
to follow more like a perfect little
actually.
dive with like a somersault in between.
Excellent. You do that,
Somersault.
and as you pop back up from the water, you see that there are already a few lemurs waiting in the spring, just kind of looking at you.
Yeah, I'll just ignore them, I guess.
Okay. You respect their space, they respect yours, they just kind of chill.
I kind of want to see what blood chokers too. Yeah.
You said there were no footprints, so now I'm kind of interested.
This was like a really awkward way away from you guys since he jumped down. All right.
I'm doing this after we have backed up, basically.
Oh, okay.
So if they're checking it out before.
We'll say maybe like while it was cooking, you jumped in, had a quick swim, then went back up.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Just because finding the timing on this is a
How
little
did
strange.
I get back up? Is the rope still down?
You should still be there, yeah.
Sure, okay.
Yeah, and you are a good climber. So, are you joining them looking into the woods?
I mean, I guess I'll watch them from a bit and see if they have everything under control. And if they go in deep, I'll follow.
You guys look about, and you really don't need to go too far. It looks like the corpse of this rat was dragged maybe 2 or 3 feet. And since Aldrin's leading first, I'll ask both of you to roll survival, but with disadvantage. You're not really sure what you're looking for. All right, 7 and a 10. As you guys look about, it's relatively difficult to tell precisely what went on here. You do indeed see no footprints. Now, you do see rat prints, but they're walking away. They didn't look like they dragged this, and they're not near this. This is probably the one that ran away. There are like blood dribblings, and as you guys are kind of walking, you notice that a lot of the trees they're real bunched up here. Some of them kind of grow on over into some various caves and some overhangs. A lot of this basalt is kind of growing up like an awning in various locations, and some of it is just, another 10-foot, mountain. But you guys notice that you come up to sort of a wall, basically a dead end. There are various bushes and trees around this area, but you see that the droplets, the drag marks do lead this way, and the droplets are gone. They sort of lead to this location and then just nothing.
Is there any disturbed dirt?
Looking about, you can see that there is definitely some disturbed dirt. It looks like it was sort of, we'll say upon closer inspection, You kind of get down in there, Sarabi, and you can see like a drip, 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 footprint, and then just nothing. And in front of you is a wall. To the left, to the right, the footprints do not go anywhere. Looking about, there were 4 little mouse prints. He was not really... So looking at where he was coming from, you can sort of see that his hair was like dragging along where his belly was. So occasionally there's like a depression where his belly would be. He was obviously damaged and scared, so he was booking it this way. This last one, though, you see a depression, and a depression, and a depression, and then you see another depression, but there is a line going through it perpendicular to the body. So if the rat were to be facing northward like this, where I'm pointing at Aldrin, there's a line going through the sand this way, the left and to the right.
Are there any signs of man-ish made, like, traps?
Not that you can see. Also, don't look over here. Please and thank you.
Stop it.
For various reasons. Don't look over here.
He's hiding the massive ant.
I say we go back. I'm getting creepy vibes.
I mean, it was just a rat, whatever, I guess. We go back to camp.
Before you're able to do that...
Oh, we die? Got it?
Die.
You don't die.
Not yet.
Let's see. Both of you make me a dex...
I die.
Yeah, both of you do me a dex check. You roll a 17. Plus 2. You got a 19.
I got a 19.
So who's lower? Sarabi?
Yes.
Hello, Sarabi. All right, that means you're going to be the target of this.
Oh, no.
As you guys begin to move away, you hear a wriggling, and something from above lashes down at you, Sarabi, to wrap around your body and grab you.
Oh, cool.
Fortunately, it misses.
Of course it went for the girl.
Of course it went for the girl. This is
Of course
how...
the tentacles did.
Always. This is how the logic works. Tentacles are naturally attracted to Sarabi. It's how she functions.
I might like it. I don't know yet.
You don't know yet.
No, I'm leaving you for dead.
I mean, that's going
You
to
don't
depend on
know
whether you
this.
can suck the energy out of it.
Yes.
Ooh.
I know that look on your face.
This one you would definitely not like, though, Sarabi. The tentacle very quickly lashes out at you, and catching you unawares, you're mostly able to dodge it, but it kind of grabs you by the ankle and pulls, but slips loose, and you kind of flumble and land on your face in the... Yeah, a quick flumble, if you will.
Yes, that look on my face is terror.
Indeed. And looking upward,
That's fine.
you see a very large just bundle of vines. It looks like a carpet just kind of resting on this overhang, pushed up against the various canopies of trees, and there's like basalt overhang, like veranda type natural structure. There are various little grabby vines kind of hanging down. This whole thing as a structure is kind of just dangling, and you can tell it's hungry. It's glancing up at it now, Aldrin, since you've moved further away, you can see that it's currently consuming something large and hairy.
Oh, nice.
You can hear it kind of crack as it like snaps one of its bones somewhere deep inside the body of this creature.
What's going on over there?
Giant plant monster.
What does it taste like?
I don't know.
We're not gonna eat it. Come on.
I mean, we could.
Why not? Might taste good.
Not while it's alive.
Well, we kill it first.
Then kill it.
Or we die. It could just kill us.
Just get over here.
Looking up at it, what do you guys do?
Okay, is it like super big?
It's huge. Do you see the token?
You're also below it, which is probably not a good...
Yes. It takes up at
Place to be.
least 25 feet is like wriggling.
I feel like it's just gonna chase.
Okay, I want to just run. At least into a different position.
Yes,
Run away.
I will run away.
Alrighty,
What
you guys
about
are
this
able
more?
to dash away from this thing, and its tentacles lash out again, but miss both Sarabi and Aldrin.
Is it following at all, or
It's staying where it is. I would say it's putting up a territorial display, but it's difficult to tell because it's pretty much just a writhing mass of vines.
Can we get back to our?
Yes.
We are running back towards base, right?
Yes.
what I figured.
so.
Okay. All right, back towards base and
Let's
head north.
Ignore that. We'll go see Tusk.
Alrighty, excellent. You guys head to the pig farm, and you see the ogres kind of just doing their work as per usual. Nothing really too crazy is going on, just a bunch of pigs. You see them hauling one away for chopping. But other than that, we're all kind of just hanging out.
Poor boy.
It's fine. He's going to a farm upstate.
Oh, okay.
As you guys get closer, Tusk sees you and gives you a quick, wave.
I wave at Tusk.
Frank.
I'll wave back.
Excellent. As the three of you get closer, he says, "Hello again."
Hi, Tusk.
Hello.
Not dead. Good. How are we all doing?
Yeah.
Pretty okay.
Rats. Apparently these
Got
two
attacked
struggled
by-
with a plant.
Yeah, it was a giant plant.
He nods. There's a lot of those out there.
Plants or monsters?
Yes.
Yeah. Plant, definitely, yes. Depends what you mean by monster.
I mean, we got attacked by giant rats too. The ones back at home are usually a 100th of the size.
Yes, the rat quite large, but very dumb. Easy to squish. Not very tasty.
Yes, I noticed that.
Oh, you try eat one. Not good idea.
That's true.
So, what you all do today?
Oh, we wanted to see if you could introduce us to your village or give us a tour or whatever. I forget what we were planning on doing.
I think we're going to the witch, their witch friend or something.
Oh, yes, the witch lady.
He nods slowly at that and says, "Oh, yes. Not sure if I am allowed to introduce you to her."
Which is why we're going to the village, so we can ask.
He nods at Leica. Yes. We need permission first, otherwise, well, a bad thing could happen.
Makes sense.
I assume you all ready?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Follow me then. And he takes out from the side of one of the thatched huts a spear, the black stone tip, and he just begins to walk into the jungle. He kind of waves some dudes down, gives them like a quick nod, and you feel like he's symbolizing like, hey, I'm peacing out. Just, watch the pigs for me, please, and thank you. If you can absolutely be so kind to watch my boys for me, I would love that.
Can I see if the spear is obsidian?
It very much looks to be, yes.
Oh.
And at around 12, we all arrive at what seems to be their village. You all head into Tusk, apparently. Poor guy.
Please don't head into Tusk.
Please don't. He wouldn't.
What do you mean? He's big enough.
I mean, I didn't know you swung that way, but sure.
Tusk swing all the way. All right.
Oh, no.
we head towards their village. And he sort of turns to make sure you guys are still following. He hasn't really checked too frequently. It's almost like he's just walking to the village and just occasionally remembering that he's supposed to be bringing you guys along. He's like, oh, yes. Oh, okay, good. They're still following. And as you guys get there, you see approximately 30 large huts that stand in a cluster around a central mound that is covered in greenery, which is the thing that you pointed to. Many of the clusters are surrounded by trenches, with new trenches in the works. Piles of logs and boulders are scattered throughout this village, and a number of polished obsidian outcrops shine like black mirrors. Smoke rises from many of these campfires, and the whole area has an aura of defensive tension that could snap in an instant.
Defensive tension, huh?
As he walks up, you can see that many of the armed warriors give him a look, specifically staring at you guys, and he turns, looking like, yeah, I know they're here, and then looks back to you all.
Oh god, we're so small.
You are very small. I mean, it kind of...
Everything is black and white now.
Yeah, everything's black and white now. We're looking at old school maps. Yes, so
Apparently this village was made before the 80s.
We are very tiny boys, yes. This is before color was invented.
Exactly.
I will say, there is a lot of information here. I might have to pause once or twice. There is indeed a lot going on. And as you guys move on in, he motions forward and says, "Welcome, friends, to Glav Rock Village. This is my home."
That's a
It's
nice
big.
name. Does it mean anything?
Probably. Why?
Just curious.
wonder.
Like I goes to many villages. Most have story behind them. It's fun listening to.
Oh, you like to learn? Okay. I like to learn too.
Speaking of learning, do you have a medicine hut?
He nods slowly and says, yes. What kind of medicine do you mean?
Any and all? I'm a studier.
Studier.
I study.
You are one that studies?
Yes, I study medicines.
Yes, she is student. She has many debts.
Oh, that sounds very bad.
That sucks. Yes, it does.
You wanted to meet people here, yes? I will say you need to be careful. Watch your tongue and be respectful. Yes?
Yes, Lekka is always respectful.
Good.
Okay.
Good. And he kind of motions out and says, I will keep look of you. I need to be near you, otherwise you get, well, stabbed.
Oh.
Thanks.
To be fair, you're not supposed to be here, so if you're not near me, someone might eat you, but, you know.
Not if I eat them first.
You can definitely try.
Man, why do you have these numbers in your village?
I could not erase them in Photoshop. It took too much effort.
Understandable.
Just kind of deal with it, sorry.
If we may keep them around, we forget numbers.
You may ask what number mean, and I can probably tell you when we move over there, of course. Except instead of number, we call it Zone Subdistrict 4. So yes, you initially, like I said, you do see a ton of ogres, and they very much give you a look of like, who the hell are you? Time to die. And Tusk gives them a look of, it's all good. Very quickly,
time to not die.
Time to not die. And you know you guys were being watched before you walked up. There were various folk working on the outside, whether they be messing with that whale or just kind of looking about and doing their thing. But it's around noon now. If you want him to lead you anywhere specific, you very much can. You said you're looking for specifically, when you say medicine, what do you mean exactly by medicine?
I mean, they must have like a healer's location where they bring sick and injured.
A doctor, a shaman, the witch maybe.
Yeah.
The witch.
A healing shack.
One of you hurt?
No.
No,
Well,
like I said,
yes, you are hurt. You are hurt.
Yes.
Oh,
Technically,
okay.
yes.
Yes, I'm hurt. But
she got slapped by Plant.
She got spanked by Plant.
Oh.
I didn't like it though. It was unpleasant.
That seemed bad. Also, to answer question, village named after, well, village leader.
Wait, does that mean the name changes, or does the leader live forever?
I'm sure he'd like to live forever, but if he die, one of us can take over.
Oh, so the village isn't that old.
It's old enough. We live long enough. He's strong. Things complicated here. Like I said, watch mouth. Watch questions you ask.
Are there certain topics we should avoid?
You can ask.
Volcano Man.
He nods slowly. Yes. Unless you very clearly opposed to him, then, well, you make fast friends.
So just call him a dick and everyone will like us.
We already killed some of his subordinates, and personally, I don't like slavers.
No, good. We hate slavers too, for, obvious reason. And he kind of shows his arm, and you can see there's a burn mark into it. And you can see a couple of these ogres walking around have that same like burn scar on their arm.
Lekka's gonna show off some of his own. Yes. Pull up his shirt on his back.
Yeah, he looks and kind of he gives you a nod of like, yeah, I know how that is.
It do be like that sometimes.
Pretty much.
Yeah. At least mine are dead.
Ours soon be dead if things go the way we want.
Hope they do.
Sarabi, what hurt you? You said plant? Or was it little rat?
Plant. Lots of tentacles.
Oh.
Her favorite.
No. Smack Aldrin.
Don't
even joke about that.
It's fine. She can't damage you with her melee attacks anyway.
Oh, you know what?
Don't punch me. He said it. I didn't say anything.
It misses anyway.
He swings at the wind. You do half of 0 damage.
I'll punch back. Gender equality.
Whoa, that's not how this works. You are a prince, sir.
What do you mean?
Princes are nice to girls.
I mean, he ran away from his family specifically.
Oh my. I might be losing interest in you now.
I don't actually punch you.
You guys start brawling until it's like, fight. Kick her ass. Do it. Sarabi, get him, bite him.
Sarabi does like the playful punch and Aldrin just stops her mid-swing.
like the anime grab, is like, grabs her fist, slowly bends it back. Power overwhelming.
His hair starts swirling. Surprise Pikachu face.
You're surrounded by ogres like throwing money on the ground, taking bets.
This is only 1% of my true power.
Beautiful.
Oh no, this is where Aldrin starts charging for 3 days.
Just screaming, his hair's glowing and floating.
until he gets level 4.
Return to monkey.
Alrighty, so he kind of looks around a bit. He looks at you, Sarabi, like, well, she doesn't look like she's hurt. And he kind of nods and says, "Oh,
I want to learn too. Do they teach, share knowledge?
Oh, a little, yes.
What about plants?
Oh, what about plants?
Do you teach plants?
How?
Good plants, bad plants?
Oh,
Which one can I eat?
I thought you meant do we teach plants? Plants don't talk, so no, we do not teach plant.
Plants can talk if you know how to.
No, you're silly. Plant no talk.
Oh, okay.
I once ferried a guy who definitely said you could talk to plants.
Well, that man probably ate plant first and then spoke.
Definitely did.
My sister mentioned a talking corn cob too. Okay. I don't know what that was about.
You three are just being silly now. I kind of like it, but kind of don't.
I even think that one's weird. Talking corn, come on.
Not possible.
I don't know. She said he was kind of cute.
That's about as weird as talking to the wind.
Precisely. Can corn be cute?
Oh.
I mean, I don't know. You'd have to mess with the corn a lot for that.
He was talking. He must have a face, so I don't know. Although I can't imagine him having
How does corn have a face?
And beady eyes. Maybe he was possessed. Demons do that sometimes, you know.
Demon corn? At the same time.
I should ask my sister about that.
I've seen weirder things.
I'm gonna whip out the stone and whisper a quick message to Kiara.
Oh no.
Kiara, are you sure that corn cob is safe?
You're playing the corn sends the message back. Alrighty.
Instead of Kiara, Colb replying, I'm perfectly safe.
Exactly. They gave me plenty of water. I'm good. I'm doing
corn
great,
is your
actually.
sister now.
Hi, Sarabi, my sister.
I can do that, can't I?
I'm getting stronger by the day. Oh God, he is actually getting stronger by the day.
And Butler.
You're proud of me, mortals.
I mean, he is on his way to become corn god.
True. He will soon be corn.
One day.
Yeah, he will soon be corn.
He did power up pretty quick.
He did. He
literally
actually
levels faster than us.
He's the real pro tag. Pro tag. So
I mean, he got more kills than some of us.
True. Kiara, definitely.
Excuse me.
He's a very strong boy.
It's fine. You got the most important kill. Your Agnemus.
True.
He's not precisely sure what kind of healing you need, so he brings you over through the camp. The entire time you were getting weird stares.
I mean, what technically would be damaging Kiara? It's like just her face and her ankle?
My ankle for sure.
Yeah.
Where else did it smack me?
I mean, you landed on your face.
I would say, yeah, you fell on your face. You're a little dirty. Your arm is slightly scuffed up. You're not really, I mean, you might have, scraped your knee or something, so you're bleeding just a wee bit. But other than that, it's nothing too crazy.
One of her ears is out of alignment.
Blasphemy.
Your ear floop needs to be reflooped.
Oh my God.
Not the ear floop.
I'll do that.
It's like flooped inside out.
Yeah, basically. Gotta fix it, basically.
Well, I probably feel that, so I'll fix it.
Looking down to fix your floop, he walks you over to a small encampment in the middle of their little village here. And you see some huts. You see one that is primarily comprised of bones, and you see another one that is primarily made of mud. In the middle is a large campfire. They're very, very, very large, just stacks of bones everywhere. They're huge too. These are really big. Like some of them are some of them are bigger than you, Lekka, actually. The rib bones, just very.
That's not hard. I'm only 2 feet tall.
Yes, you are only 2 feet tall.
He's a small lad.
Yes. I would say some are probably bigger than Sarabi as well. So some of these bones are like 5 feet long. And yeah, well, like I said, bigger than you. They're bleached, so they are white. Like white. They look very clean. There's nothing on them. All the flesh, all the ligaments, everything's all been melted away. There's various benches and tables, and it's all made of just a combination of bone and mud. Some of them are made of wood, but it's primarily bone. And you also see some like basalt rocks, either for sitting or for using something else. You're not entirely sure. And then kind of in this, off the side, you see that someone was grinding up some of this bone, and it's in a little bowl, and this bowl is full of like this white dust. He kind of points here and says, yes, most of our magic healing is done here. So Robin.
Yes. Who can take care of this? I'll point at my ankle.
He looks at your ankle and kind of like,
How cute.
is it actually hurt? He's like not entirely sure.
Tiny
Like,
squape.
what's going on with it. Yeah.
I break her
basically.
ankle with my mace. Now it's hurt.
You're a monster.
Looking around a bit, he's kind of like, who's currently here? He pops his head into one of the little huts. And he's kind of looking about, and he goes, oh, anyone here? Oh, good. And he motions to you, Sarabi, to come over to the bone hut.
I will do so.
Good friend, with great honor, you get to meet Sunak today.
Sunak, okay.
As you move on over, you see a very old looking individual. He sort of moves his way out of the hut and begins to sort of look around. He shades his eyes for a moment, and he's not really wearing much. He has like a bone. It looks to be a bird, maybe? Helmet. Might be something else. You're not entirely sure. But now that you're looking around, you notice that a pretty good portion of these ogres are wearing tusks and bone, and a lot of them have like grass skirts and such, plumage, feathers, just kind of covering their entire bodies. And this individual looks over to you, Sarabi. You can see that he has a whole bunch of bones sort of dangling on a string. Some are around his neck. He has a long beard, and his eyes that are completely just pale white. They jump to each of you, the three of you.
I want to say that Lekka instinctively gives like a deep bow.
He gives a small smirk at that, looks to the three of you and says, what do you want?
Tusk says you can help my ankle?
He gets closer to you, Sarabi, and much like all the other ogres, he does indeed tower over you.
Your ankle is hurt?
I stick it out and show it off.
Oh,
Plant monster tried to get me.
Flexible.
He's sort of nodding and says,
wound seems superficial.
Okay, I'll be honest. I'm using it as an excuse to ask you questions. How would you heal it if it were a little worse?
he smirks and says,
I thought so.
I really like medicine stuff, and it's an honor to meet you, sir.
slowly nods.
We have various ways to heal and to hurt.
I'll take just the healing stuff for now.
Looking over to Tusk.
Where did you find these three? Are they to be trusted? Oh, yes, very much so. They're good. They know like Svarku. They killed some of his little shit babies for us. This is good. Oh, yes. Very. I met them near, Pig Farm. Do they help? A little. Right?
He's like slowly nodding.
Help with what?
Just nod. He's giving me a look of like, uh-huh.
Lekka will aggressively nod.
Nod.
Sonic puts his hand on Tusk's shoulder, is like, like he's very obviously like, right, guys?
I mean, we can always help later.
Yes, we bring many things.
Looking down at you again, Sarabi.
Help is always not so easily given, nor are secrets shared.
Makes sense.
Yes, makes sense.
The island
Do
is
not share. Trade.
Yeah, I'm willing to trade. Can you show me your basics, everyday knowledge, not the secrets?
He strokes his beard, and he thinks for a moment.
Maybe I could help you heal some people.
Looking at the three of you, he probably knows where you guys came from. You're clearly outsiders. You're clearly newish here. You still have the clothes that you arrived in.
What is your goal here on the island? Why are you here?
I want to increase my knowledge.
Surely you can do that elsewhere. Why come to our home?
The best way to increase your knowledge is to get it from multiple sources across everywhere. Otherwise, I'm only an expert in one thing, not all across the board.
He nods at that, and he looks over to Aldrin. He says, "Why are you here?"
Yeah, just for the thrill of the adventure, to be honest.
Just for fun, for no other reason?
I mean, for now, yeah.
His nod isn't quite as approving to you, but he just kind of like, okay. And then looking over to Lekka.
And you?
I'm getting paid to be here.
He kind of gives a disapproving look at that, actually.
Trade, find new things, exploration, all the fun.
How far do your morals stretch if the trade is good?
Morals? Do you mean trading with that asshole in the mountain? The lava mountain?
He turns to you,
people
Sarabi,
what they want.
and he nods.
Precisely.
If you are asking Lekka if he trades slaves, Lekka used to be a slave himself, so no. I'll be staring him straight into the eyes at this point.
He can see that you're very serious in that. And you can definitely tell that was part of his question.
How many others? You do not come here alone.
No.
Entire ship, big ship.
Kind of snarls a little at that.
Not sure about actual number, shrug.
And what are their goals?
I think generally the same
Unfortunately,
thing.
you'd have to ask them.
Most of them are, crew of Martel. She looks for things to trade. This island has plenty of things to trade.
He's thinking to himself for a moment.
I will be honest. I can help you, and you, me. But it is very important that we come to an understanding. This island, our home, has been exploited enough as it is, bringing too many unscrupulous folk in will be hazardous.
Looking to the three of you, and looking to Tusk.
I trust Tusk. He does have a good sense for people, but I am not so willing,
And he looks to you, Sarabi, specifically.
to share our secrets. You understand, yes?
Yes.
We are looking for peace, and for now peace is impossible, while, as you phrased it, that asshole lives. I look to the future for my people. I try to help. All of us, bone binders, attempt to help.
I mean, once we become more accustomed with this place, we could offer our help too.
You know he's not really thinking about you, Sarabi. He's thinking about how many people you brought on the boat with you.
I mean, with how dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how many will even survive.
And you can tell he doesn't care about their survival. The look he's giving of just like more people is a hassle. You don't need more people on this island. That's very much the look he's giving.
I mean, if we can learn enough about this place to go back and tell everyone that it's not worth visiting.
I mean, that is our ultimate goal, basically. But we've also been told that we aren't leaving this place.
That too, yes. So people just show up because it's a mystery.
Yes, I believe people are drawn here. There aren't many vacancies, if you will, on this island. Unfortunately, like I said, people are pulled here for unknown reasons.
Yes, I noticed.
He nods to you, Lekka.
Perhaps there is a reason you should be here.
Hope not. No offense, but island is kinda...
That, and to my knowledge, there's no way to leave. So, we have a bit of a problem. When you go back to your people, your allies, tell them, in whatever words suit you best, that they are not welcome here.
On the island or your village?
Either. We will take allies, and allies only. To speak bluntly, anyone who sides with Svarku and his kind, we kill on the spot. No mercy, no questions.
Makes sense.
That's fair.
It's good. If you can keep your people separated from him and his kind,
We can do, looking to Lekka,
business.
Yeah, we could pass that message along.
Can't make promises. But we'll try.
Yeah, can't make promises, but we'll try.
He nods very understandingly. You can tell this guy's old. He's been around for a while. He understands what it's like and how difficult it can be to get people to agree on even the simplest of things. And Tusk has just been kind of like slowly nodding the entire time.
Having said that,
also, your question, Leko, does Ma, you know if Ma is the type to full-blown, oh my god, full-blown exploitation? Yes, to be blunt. If she finds that there is a reason to be here, if she finds that there is profit to be had with her past, there have been rumors, of course, but the Martell Corporation is not looked upon fondly by everybody. A lot of folk think they kind of butt their heads in where they don't belong. They will claim what they will claim. But yeah, people have been driven from their homes. Various folk have been, once again, claims and such. But there have indeed been rumors, and there aren't, once again, not too many rumors. It's definitely hard for them to spread in this kind of society. We don't have phones or anything. Of course, we have sending stones, and various things do exist to move information around quickly, but they are controlled. So, like, teleportation magic is very much controlled. So they don't want people just warping around because that is dangerous. Part of that was an agreement after the ceasefire. So people, for the most part, I don't know, like the last 50 or so years, have been kind of keeping to themselves. These civilizations, like some folk will reach out and help each other, but for the most part, it's like, you do your thing, I'll do my thing. We'll just kind of just keep apart for a little while. So there have been some rumors of, Ma and her people pushing too far.
Oh, we might want to be careful with what we tell her.
Possibly,
yeah. Leka has been getting that vibe. He's also being paid by her, so he doesn't really care.
Yeah.
But
the other half of it is she does pay really, really well. So any time people have been maybe like, is she exploiting these people? It's like, here's 1,000 gold. Keep doing it. They go, okay. So that's kind of the attitude that people get from her sometimes.
The way of the world.
Yeah.
She doesn't go as far as slavery herself, does she?
No.
No. So as far as that goes, Leka's fine with it.
Yeah, she does not do slaves. But if you're good with her, and Lucky, you've been talking to her for a little while, she will be fair. But she'll probably undertrade by just a little bit, and you get the feeling...
Leka does the same back.
Right, exactly. And you sort of get the feeling that she's doing it intentionally to test people, to see if they catch on. And if they do, good.
So, can you take care of my ankle? It does sting a little bit.
He sits down on his wooden chair, and then kind of motions for you to sit next to the bench, on the bench next to him.
I'll do it.
Put your foot out.
I stick it out.
He takes her ankle, and his right hand is kind of shaking a little as he's holding your ankle with his left hand. He reaches into his pouch, and he pulls out a bone that's maybe about 4 inches long. Looks to be femur bone or something. He holds it above your leg, and he starts like chanting. And he closes his eyes, and then as he opens them, his eyes are like white. You can just barely see his pupil. It's like clouded over. And his eyes kind of like roll back, and he's like, or whatever he's mumbling to himself, and he snaps the bone. And as he does, you can feel life magic just enveloping your ankle.
Instantly curious and also disappointed because this is definitely a secret I can't learn just by watching.
No, you've never seen this before. This is incredibly strange.
Yes.
And then he kind of like spreads the dust from the bone in the air, wipes them off on his leg, and he lets go of your ankle.
That should fix things.
I'll walk around on the ankle.
Feels better.
Wow. Good as new. Thanks. Aldrin, is your skin still itchy?
No. I washed it all off before.
You ask that, and he looks to Aldrin and says,
"What caused it?"
There was some big bug that had a bunch of dust thrown at me or something.
What did it look like?
Just like a long dragonfly, wasn't it? I think.
It looked like a large bee, effectively, but yeah. A strange mixture between kind of the two.
It had this many body parts, and they were this big, and it had that many wings that were this long.
Yeah.
I can
really get a good look at it.
I got a good look at it.
It kind of sprayed me and left, so didn't get a great look at it.
It was really fast.
You describe it to him, and the look on his face is not very positive. He's very, very much like,
My ears go flat. What? What was it? Oh, please don't tell me it was bad. Is Aldrin gonna die?
I'm looking over. He doesn't look bad or dead.
Your friend You washed it off, right, Aldrin?
Yeah.
And he nods slowly and says,
Your friend is fine.
Oh, thank God. I was worried I should have given him the better soap.
The better soap. You gave me shitty soap?
No, it's good soap. It just
How dare you?
It wasn't the
I
best.
thought we were friends, Sarabi.
We are friends. I just had to. I have to ration it. Okay.
he looks to you and looks to all of you after gazing at Aldrin, just kind of double check you're okay, and says,
If you run into those creatures, you kill them. If they spray their poisons on you, you must.
and then he gets a little closer, takes a step towards you and says, must wash off the powder.
I mean, we tried to kill it. It was really fast.
I stabbed it
Now
with a
let us
javelin.
curious. What happens if you don't?
Looking to Lekka.
Yeah, would I have died?
Those seekers are one of the fastest creatures on the island. Very difficult to catch and kill. Had you not washed off that powder, let's just say you would have dealt with more of them. Their feeders and the swarmers.
Okay.
I assume you like your blood where it is?
Oh, yes, very much.
He nods and says,
Then keep away from those if you can.
Oh, little demons.
she says as she
we can
remembers they were
always-
1 foot long.
We can always feed you some more of the stinking medicine and they'll fly away or die.
I'm sorry. The what?
The stinky flower stuff that had your side effects.
No.
Why
I'm not touching
not?
this stuff ever again. Never again.
It worked fine.
It wasn't worth it. I
Eh.
killed things.
All I got was some weird bee buzzing.
Yeah, well,
And then
you're
I got
lucky.
paralyzed.
Aldrin couldn't talk.
Yeah, it
I
wasn't
think
that
he could
bad.
talk. He just couldn't talk common.
Anyway.
He's just kind of looking over your guys, like half understanding what you're talking about, and then half not understanding what you're talking
I'll
about.
show him some of these strands of the plant. The one that gave us like power, but also had the side effects.
He looks down at that and then sort of just,
Yes. I am only somewhat aware of that plant. And it's,
Does it have a name?
honestly, we've not bothered with it. It has magical properties, but not ones that we're interested in. Our magic is of a different kind. One of us tested it in the past, and it gave them odd side effects.
Yes, we noticed, yes.
he nods.
We thought they were poison at first. But no, I know nothing about them.
Is there anyone in the village who might know?
If
more
there
about plants?
was, you would be looking at him.
I would love to learn more about the plants here.
I can potentially teach you of others.
That would be very useful. But I'm sure this won't come free.
An alliance. We want the fighting to stop. I ask too much of a small group, such as yourselves. But do your best. Do what you can. If you can change the minds of your compatriots, I might change my mind.
That we'll
I-
definitely be trying.
By fighting, we can kill Svarku, though, right?
He looks to you, Sarabi, and says,
Indeed. I will say in your current state, I would not bother.
I'll shrug and look down. Oh, we're working on it.
To put it bluntly, our people have been at war with him and his kind for time. Ages.
Yes, we saw many scars of battle.
Indeed. He's destroyed part of the island and is only destroying more. He sucks the life from the land. Nothing grows where he steps.
Ooh. I have
Is
an
that
innate understanding of that.
Metaphorically, or is that...
you're not sure. You've been told that he's made of fire, so that kind of tracks.
I mean, if it's
Yeah.
actual physically, I should recognize the type of magic, right?
Potentially. Depends. Why?
I mean, he's like a land succubus.
Oh, no. Land
No.
succubus?
he just burned shit around him.
Okay, I can say with all the hints you've been getting, he's not a land succubus.
Damn it.
I'm going to make one, though, now.
God.
I'm imagining like
the
a...
floor.
So imagine like, you know the starfish?
Yeah.
Except with vampire fangs.
Okay.
And he's on dry land, just sticking his teeth into the ground,
Oh my
sucking
God.
hard.
Yes. A land vampire.
And around him, you see like the trees dying.
Pretty much.
Oh.
What a menace.
While looking at each of you, he says,
You're new. Understandably, we don't trust newcomers on this island too frequently, for obvious reason. We've been betrayed before. If you are interested in assisting the Night Axe, then maybe we can do something. Yes?
Sure.
he scratches at his chin again and sort of thinks. Looking over to Tusk.
I hear Tusk here has already asked you to kill some of Sparku's men, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wait, what did you do with the third horn, Tusk?
The southern horn.
I was planning on wearing it like a necklace or something, or maybe cooking it, but I can't cook, so
No one else offered to cook it with you?
I wanted to do it myself.
Oh.
Makes sense. I understand.
I might need reach out now and ask help from other person, but we'll figure it out. I mean, there are more salamander for kill, so there are more horn.
Yes, that's true. Sorry, Sunak, please continue.
How is Sunak responding to this?
Slightly slack-jawed, just staring at Tusk like, what the hell are you talking about?
The southern horn.
Best you don't ask.
Yes. Well,
He glances over at each of you, and he nods almost like you said something that you definitely didn't.
you could kill more of the Fuego Knots if you'd like. That would be good for our business.
Sure. Do you happen to know, like, their home base?
He slowly turns with a shaking hand, points over the horizon, and he's pointing directly at the volcano.
I was like a half whisper to Sarabi. The flaming bit!
But don't they have, like, an outskirt base that we can sabotage or something?
I think that entire area is their outskirt base.
God damn it, that's gonna be hard.
It is quite
Oh,
large.
Do
Find
not...
some wandering around again.
And the guy, he points to Aldrin and then looks to Sarabi and says,
Do not go to the actual volcano unless you wish to meet an
Oh
early
no,
end.
yeah, that's suicide. I'm not going there right now.
He's like pointing over everywhere the flames touch. Is his.
yes, basically.
If you can bring back
He looks at Tusk, looks back to you guys.
The southern horn.
He kind of no, like the no finger.
I see. Tusk is weird.
I will take
Yes.
Tusk is a good boy.
I will take their weapons,
I won't judge.
heads, ears, other body parts. Evidence of the dead, I will accept. If you come back with a reasonable amount, I can reward you with treasure, knowledge, and more trust. There are other things we need done, and
As he motions around to the village,
there are only so much of us.
Sounds good.
Tusk did mention the lack of women.
he looks to you and you can tell that you definitely hit a sore spot. And he kind of slowly nods and says,
Yes, that is a problem.
I can imagine.
doesn't say anything more on it.
I wish I could help.
Lekka looks over. What?
Excuse you?
Not me directly. I mean,
I'm
like,
judging.
Think about
I
what
am
you just
judging
said.
you heavily.
like fertility magic or something.
When you say that, Sarabi,
Uh-huh.
Sunak looks at you.
Or some sort of like fertility potion or something.
And when you say that you can tell he's looking at your height. He kind of pauses for a second. He's judging something. And after you say that, Sarabi, he looks at you and says,
I wouldn't mention that.
My ears go flat. Mention what?
About you wanting to help with our issue.
I mean, I imagine I probably do know some fertility potions just because.
That's not what it
I
means,
do.
Sarabi.
Just
Yeah.
shut up.
As she starts rambling, Lekka's just gonna keep her mouth shut. Like
Potions,
physically
potions.
jump
I
on her
can't
place.
actually help. I don't want any kids yet.
he puts his hand out towards Leica, like, basically, he gets it.
There is one thing I will say. Surabi, you should be safe. But
There's been, he looks over your shoulder, looks over his, kind of checks his surroundings.
rumors, problems in the past, disagreements amongst our clan. I mentioned we're trying to unite everyone. Our leader had a disagreement with Bavmorda, our witch. If you are to go to her, or if you happen to see her, keep to yourself.
What do you mean, keep to myself?
He doesn't elaborate. He's just looking at you and just basically giving you a look like, be careful.
I'm gonna cuddle up to Aldrin because he's taller than me.
Oh God.
She's gonna steal your body.
No, I'm not doing anything huggy or not. I'm just using you like a
No,
tree
I mean,
from
the
the
witch is
wind.
gonna steal your body physically.
Oh dear.
Yeah. He does hold a finger out and says,
You are safe here, Sarabi. No one would hurt you. You all safe here, as long as you're true to your word.
Okay.
and you can tell when he was talking about the issue between Glavrock and Bavmorda, there was definitely something bad going on there. He looked kind of sickened as he mentioned it.
Yeah, obviously. And I probably shouldn't talk to the witch anytime soon either.
Yeah, basically don't bring up the lack of ogre women with Bavmorda. That's what he said.
Is she in
but I want to go to the witch.
the town, or is she like in a separate location?
I believe she should be at a separate location.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to, accidentally run into her in town.
You are all safe here as long as you keep your word, but don't bring up the female shortage with her.
Fair.
It is a sore subject.
Fair.
As I mentioned, there are 6.
Unless you
So-
want to help, and I don't think you do.
Not in that way.
Yeah, no, he gets it. He gets it, yeah.
The other, I can't remember what you said. The other women, are they dead or still being enslaved?
There are 6 here.
Yeah, but the other women.
They're gone. There are no women. Svarku killed all of them.
The witch is also a woman, so.
Correct. So there are 7. Bavmorda is not here in the village. There are 6 women in the village. They're obviously well protected, for obvious reasons. But the rumors, depending on who you talk to, and I'd say you guys probably chit-chatted with some of the ogres while you guys slept there. And maybe, someone drank a little too much and
Overheard something?
Yeah, overheard something. In general, when I say all, I mean literally the rumors are all of the women were killed.
Oh, so it's but it's a rumor.
Yes, from what you guys were told, because this doesn't make any sense if you think about it. If Svarkus took all the ogres, enslaved them all, and killed the women, how do you get more ogres? So that's kind of part of where the ogres come from then. Where did more ogres come from? So he killed
Nice.
all the children, he killed all the women, but there's still women left, so where'd they come from? I don't know. Who knows?
So
It's
there
confusing.
Could theoretically still be captive women being super abused.
Potentially?
No.
But probably not. They said they rescued everybody, unless he's like hiding them, super secret away somewhere.
Hmm.
But the reason,
Wow.
the very obvious reason they're so angry is because Svarku took them and murdered all the ladies. The ogres only mentioned that they were enslaved, nobody else. And obviously they're not happy about that. That's super uncool.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Lekka's feeling it. He vibes with it. Or rather, vibant, I guess.
I want to kill him too, I get it.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else to say to Sunak?
No.
At this point, not really.
He doesn't seem angry at you guys, but he very much seems like that topic was just kind of, I'm done talking.
I mean, understandable.
Yeah.
I guess we would just continue on in the village. We were gonna meet the town elder, I guess. And he did say that he would be, like, if there was anyone else in town that knows about plants, it would be him, right?
What he basically said is if you were to speak to someone regarding plants, then it would either be Sunak or I believe there actually is an herbalist. Give me 2 seconds to check.
Well, then I would be talking to the herbalist, I guess. Teach me.
Teach me how to herb.
You guys mentioned you wanted to see some plants. This area just up ahead, as you guys kind of wriggle your way over, he motions, and you can very clearly see that this is a garden. It's a huge earthen mound that is just lush with greenery. Very fragrant as you guys walk up. The scent of the ocean and the scent of the jungle kind of fades into the background when you guys enter this village. You smell meat, you smell sweat, you smell it's both a combination of just and mainly because the center of the town is a giant herbery, and you can just kind of smell wafting out. You're not really sure if they how to use them, or if Tusk just doesn't really know what he's doing in terms of food, which
Great.
tracks. He said he can't cook, but
It's a
inside,
combination of a boys' locker room and a perfumery.
effectively, yeah, inside, and then someone's cooking bacon in the corner.
That's the boys' locker room, right?
Yeah, basically boys' locker room. Yeah.
There's always someone baking bacon in the boys' locker room.
I would hope so. God, what kind of locker room you got if you don't have bacon, man? Jeez. Anyway,
open fire and everything.
Precisely. Y'all move forward, and you do indeed see that this hut is just full of gardening, just all the good stuff you could possibly want. And before you guys enter, we'll go ahead and pause there. Then you guys can ask about green stuff next week.
Green stuff?
All about that green stuff.